What is up, guys? Wraec is here with another live stream. Already seeing some people in chat. Nice that you made it, guys. Daiko is here, I assume once again with another IDA win. We will check later. I have some stuff to do till then. Jao is here, Skillful Atlas, Hastas, HGNN. All the people are here. Very nice. Let me share the stream quickly and then we will go on with all the stuff we have to do today. Okay, I think I shared it everywhere, so now we can go ahead. Jesus Christ, you scared me. I forgot I had the stream tab open. Yeah, well, at one point, stream is starting, so I guess that was now. Lursin is here. Hello, mate. Happy to see you. Something stupid. I hope the stream is not loading for you. If that was what you wanted to indicate with those emojis. Waldo, hi, Dad. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Might be the case. So I think what we have to do today, let's start off with that. So first of all, we have some summoning items on the main. We have this B-, and then we can get some more. We can get some more from this event because there are actually some in here. We have the C-, a C, a C+, B-, B, B+. From what I've heard, this one, 1,500. Not gonna happen. Likely if this one is 1,500, this one also not going to happen. So maybe we get the B-. We have to see. Am I late? No, you are not. You are when? Late is the other guy from the Discord. Secret guest, we have to see about that. We have to see about that. The secret guest, he had some time issues today. So he had some things to do that are obviously more important than the stream right now. So we have to see if we can make that happen. We will do the CNY stuff first in hope that he can make it, but I can't promise it. I can't promise it, and I won't be mad if the guest doesn't appear, because that's then how it is. Family and stuff always more important, so if doesn't appear, then we will just do this stuff ourselves, and that will be fine as well. So, I think we will get the B-. We may be able to get the B with good RNG, but that is something we have to see. And we are going to use those summoning items. And the main summoning item, and I think the summoning item most of you guys are looking forward to, is of course the A-tier summoning item from Amazon. And that is by far the most important one, obviously. And we are going to use that. And I talked to a lot of people about that. I wrote it in the Discord, I wrote some stuff about it, and I wasn't sure which hero to get. Secret guest is not Barry, no. Barry's actually streaming right now as well, so that's another thing. Good to hear that other people don't have problems with the stream. Something stupid just has problems with the stream, but I guess if other people don't have that, that's alright. So the thing is, who do we summon? Yeah, DT, I saw your comment exactly. DT just said $1,500 to max Jade Rabbit. I saw your stuff, so I think, yeah, I don't think I will do that. Like it's insane. It's insane. Honestly, of course, B+ is nice. Last B+ got me this, so that one was well worth it. But I don't think I can replicate that. A B+ core, by the way, has a 1 in 20 chance to be an A-, and that of course means 19 out of 20 won't get an A- or better, so a bit of RNG. On the Amazon server, I thought about summoning the new hero. New hero, by the way, I was surprised. The base version doesn't have that ugly animations. I wrote that in Discord already. Compared to Vulcan, she's quite alright, actually. Put some effort in there. It's quite a fun animation. It's quite alright for a hero that is always going to be a tenant. And for the Transcendence version, we have her, and she doesn't really need an A tier. the main part you would want about her for an awakening would be speed. Speed is the most important stat for her, and that is something we don't really need on Amazon. So we are going to break with the dark theme a bit. Though not too far, I thought about light dark. Light dark, that is still something that was prominent in the day, and I think we are going to go for a light hero this time. And I wanted to do ATD, and then I was convinced that Vulcan is the better idea, and obviously Vulcan is an insane hero, so yeah, that is the other thing. Being told she's decently strong, yeah, she has some insane stuff that's on her. We are going to build her later. That is something we are going to do, and that is definitely something I'm looking forward to as well. She has some nice stuff, like this, for example, deals 1000 attack damage to the 2 enemies with the highest attack, reduces their energy by 50. Like turn 1, she's the fastest, imagine that. She hits enemy SSM, and suddenly he won't do an active turn 1. Insane. Insane difference. You get a CC of the enemy's CC, doesn't deal damage, and you win the fight. Perfect. Very nice. So I think in some teams she could actually replace Ferrokin Besser, which is quite insane. Hey Wraec, will you still be here in an hour? I assume so. We have quite a lot of stuff to do. So I guess the stream will be about 2 hours. 2 hours is what I aim for, so that is what I'm looking to do. Barrett, hey man, nice you're here. No, not EOS. I don't particularly like EOS. EOS is a good hero, but the thing is, she doesn't provide much for us. And I think Vulcan will be quite cool, and in the long term we can build him up as well as second damage dealer, and we will be quite good with that. And I think in the long term, progressing the account towards having like an SSM main homeowner with a second homeowner Vulcan, that will be quite cool. With the yummy whale content, yeah! And we are going to start off with that. We are going to complete this event actually. And with that, actually complete nearly the whole event. And what we still need to do for this are 2 things. The first thing, of course, being complete heroic sum 10 times, 200 times, so 2000 scrolls. And then we have to do 10 awakenings, one of which being my B-. And I think, I mean, we can use them on Elena, I guess. So that would be alright. So I think we are going to start off by doing 2000 scrolls. You can guess how many Elena copies we get, but there is, as you know, no such gambling feature here on YouTube, and I wholeheartedly think that this is not a good decision by YouTube to not have a feature like Twitch here, but it is what it is. So 2000 scrolls coming up. Skylo, I'm still happy that you're here, mate. As you know, if you want to watch the stream later on, that's no problem at all. We will keep the recording on YouTube, and it will be available in the upcoming days as well, and I usually don't tend to delete them. I did that in some cases when I showed like an email address or some stuff on stream. Those streams are gone, but that is no problem. So let's start off 2000 scrolls. Last time scrolls were actually quite lucky. I can explain that in the meantime. We got the 200 avatar, the 200 summons without getting a 5-star, so we got the avatar, which was insane. And we still managed to somehow get a bunch of Vulcans. We summoned for Vulcan last time. We got like, I think how many were it? Like 9 or 10 Vulcans, something like that, during the summons. Really insane summons. So I hope we can replicate that with Elena. I had to buy some scrolls, actually. I had to buy all 3 scroll packs, and then I bought some cores. I like the stuff you need nowadays. Yeah, probably. I mean, like, the lack of the gamma feature is really huge. It is in general. With YouTube streaming, that is a little bit of a problem. Like, there are some features that you would expect from YouTube to have them, and they just don't. And I don't really like that. So, like, for example, the gambling feature, okay, yeah, that's one Twitch thing. Maybe they have a patent on that or some stuff. I don't know. Might be the case. So that is something I can understand that's not there. But then there are some small things, for example. For example, we have memberships on the YouTube channel. Memberships, if you don't know, are like the Twitch subscription. And Twitch subscriptions, if you look on Twitch, they are gifted left and right. On YouTube, that does never happen. And YouTube memberships, I think they are designed badly. They give the user a lot of stuff. You can look at like videos that I especially make for YouTube members. You get some emotes, you get some stuff that's cool. Discord role as well. But I mean, like, if you wanted to actually gift somebody one, you had to click like on the money button. I don't even know if that's available. No, you don't have to. I have no idea actually how you do it. You can gift a membership, but I don't even know myself how to do it, and that is stupid. And that is really stupid, I think. That is really stupid. And that has to be more clear for stuff like this. And a lot of people, I think Barry was the same, and you can't really earn money on YouTube. So if I stream on YouTube, I just do that for the fun of it. So that is just like the case. And of course, that is nothing YouTube can succeed with in the long term if they want to do streaming. So some small things like that have to be balanced. And then there is some stuff like you have the YouTube app, and you can make certain YouTube videos available for members only. But you can't do that in the YouTube app. That is not possible. You have to go to the website to do that. They have an app and you can make the video unlisted public, but you can't make it for members. I have no idea why it doesn't work. For like the recent days, you couldn't... Oh, first copy of Elena, there she is. No, I was talking the entire time. I have no idea actually. I think... Oh, no, that was not the pity timer, right? It was like 300 scrolls in. 300 scrolls in, so quite good. And you couldn't really see anything about your YouTube memberships in the YouTube app. There was like just a tab that said, yeah, this feature is going to be available in some time. And if you think about YouTube streaming is available for a year or something, and that's Google. Like they have thousands of programmers. Like get that thing going, man. Get that thing going. Did you know Barry's no more B tier enjoyer? Barry is a whale now. Barry actually has 3 A tiers now. He has an A tier LFA, he has an A tier SSM, he has an A tier Vulkan. Kids going hungry. Joking, obviously. Hero list is full. Yeah, that is another thing. So no, Barry actually got some quite nice copies. He got some quite nice copies, and if you didn't see that, we can check that out. Barry actually, let's scroll down here. The man actually cleared campaign. Where is it? 4610, there, Barry. Barry 4610 cleared. He actually cleared campaign. And just after my good old guildmate Blub did it, good guy by the way, and now we have like few spots left on the leaderboard, Karma just clinging here to it, and then the leaderboard will be full. Mega Fungi, nice that you're here, happy to see you. 8-tier price got Barry acting up, and yeah, they are quite cheap at the moment. They are quite cheap indeed, so okay, we already did that. They are quite cheap at the moment, so it's really just about a good time to actually get one. And I can understand that he now went for it, even though he went in it quite hard, and he got like SSM and Vulkan, which are super expensive copies, so quite interesting. When I thought about it, and people asked me in the past, what is he going to get as his first 80? And obviously I'm not Barry, so how would I know? So that is another thing. But I would have never guessed Vulkan and SSM. Even though SSM, certainly good choice, Vulkan is a great PvP, or is a great hero, so not really bad. I guessed it would be an SFX, because an SFX is like the best bang for the buck. You get a lot of hero for little money, and I thought that was what he was going to do. But no, he went like all in. I think, I mean, like I wouldn't be surprised if he spent like 75, 80k starry or something around that. So quite a lot actually. Quite a lot, he went really all in. Once you pop, you can't stop. It might be the truth, I don't know. But he's certainly enjoying it. I checked out his stream a while ago. I was doing Broken Spaces with LFA, something we also did, and that is quite cool. It is quite cool. Let's be real. That is really quite cool. So I'm quite sure he will have some fun with them. If he gets more views with it, that was something I was debating on, like, does an A tier mean you get more views? I mean, in some cases, certainly. Like, for example, I made the Broken Spaces video with Vulkan, and I wrote A Vulkan in the title. And of course, I think people watched it to see what an A Vulkan can do. But like, if I now write that I got myself an A Fiona, I guess nobody will really care, right? He went in really hard. Yeah, he did. Really love the content you make. Keep up the great works. Thanks, Casper, for the nice comments. People don't really believe it, but stuff like that's really keeping me going. It's like, if you get some nice appreciative comments, that's always really great, and I personally like that. And I'm grateful for everybody that does it, and want to thank all of you guys. Hampus, my mate Xipiot, thanks that you're here. How are we going to... Yeah, we are, right? We are going to break the 100,000 on this thing. So that's quite cool. 100,000 up there. It's like absolutely stupid. I wanted to... I just didn't need the 5 stars. I thought, oh, let's keep them in there. It's just not really enjoyable to summon them. Let's say that, because you have to click nearly 97 times now on this button and then watch every single animation and that takes forever. And I could probably make a macro to do it, but yeah. SSS Elena already is disgusting. That was a debate as well. Like SSS Elena, I mean, for sure an insane copy. It was farmed by some Vietnamese farmer, I think. But that is like... That's like an insane copy. And it's, of course, it's like the optimal copy for Elena that we currently have. It's the optimal copy for Elena, no questions asked. I don't think it will sell for 300,000 though. It is currently listed for 300,000. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. People were debating me on it. Artois was, which is alright. I'm open for every single debate here. But I don't think there is somebody that... that is going to pay 300,000 at the moment, because the people that are going to do stuff like this are Torius, are Jesus, and they would make a deal for a lower amount, obviously. Keep the good work going, Wraec, or I need to kidnap someone. Better don't, Daiko. You know where my cousin lives, so please not. I'm still waiting for the moment when your Amazon account becomes your main... Oh, I don't think that's going to happen, mate. I don't think that's going to happen. Thanks, Daniel, for the nice comment. Thanks, mate. 99 speed. Yeah, 99 speed. Indeed, 99 speed. Which is really nice. It's like really perfect. We talked about it a few minutes ago. When I said, like, imagine her going first. And yeah, imagine that. If you have 99 speed. 99 speed. That's insane. That's absolutely bonkers. But would you want to pay 300,000 for it? And we got the second one this time. Definitely Pity Timer. How many Elena so far, bro? 2 from the summons. One a little bit early on 300, around 300 scrolls, and the other one now on Pity Timer. So still looking out. Heartwatcher here with the double 5-star, another 5-star. We're getting some pretty decent summons today. Wall deck here. Mega Fungi! Thanks for making such good videos. Really enjoy the videos. Keep it up. Thanks, mate. Really appreciate it. With the 10 bucks here. From Switzerland. Thanks, mate. Really nice. I've always loved your videos, 210. Thanks, mate. Thanks. Unless someone is crazy about her, I don't see people spending a whole year's worth of salary on a copy of a hero in a mobile game. Well, the thing is, a whole year of salary, that is pretty much depending on the person. And I know some people that spend a lot on this game. For them, that is very much not a whole year's of salary. For 300,000, it's not a whole year's of salary for me, but it's certainly a lot of money. I'm while some of you guys might think I'm big whale, I can see that there are some people that are, yeah, they are way bigger whales. And I tend to say that once you start becoming a big whale, you start to see the bigger whales. It takes a little bit till you really get a picture and start seeing how big the ocean is. So that is actually the last summon we need to get to 100,000. So that thing up there is now going to go for 100,000, and I love it. Our normal version is pretty slow. Are you going to test it on the day? Yes, we are. A little bit at least. A little bit, not too much. Wraec Gaming, rolling here. Thanks that you are here. And now 100,000. And there it is, 100,000 up there. Now I would have to click this button 100 times, so I'm never going to do it. Unless there's some mechanic that insanely rewards us for doing that. Next target, 1 million. They are megalodons, yeah, they are megalodons. They are indeed. But you don't really understand that they are megalodons until you really get into the reach of them. Because I remember being like close to free-to-play, and at that time I thought like every big player is a whale and it's like insanely huge, and I got to know that this really isn't the case. And there are certainly steps between those people, and some quite distinguishable steps. So I think we are going to do some more summons now. We are already more than halfway done with this. I have to get some more Elena copies. So, give me a second. I have to drink a sip. So, let's continue. PNV Collect, mate! I was rooting for you. I was hoping you would beat Sharon, but the man was just too strong. And that was rhyming, but was unintentional. I sure hope the guy that you get IDHM next time, but top 2, I mean, that's insane as well. And we are going to look at the fight that you had with Sharon later, so that will be quite cool. I don't know what to do with all the 5-star shards. I have more than I can ever use, and that is really the case. Once you get to a certain point in the game, cleared like an SR30 or something, then you will have more hero fruit than you can use, and you will be limited by hero promotion stones and spirit. What do you drink? Actually, some isotonic drink from Aldi. So nothing too fancy, actually. Nothing like particularly awesome, but it refreshes me, and I guess that is the most important part of it. You satisfied with how the event looks, or did you expect something better? I mean, the thing is, with like, once you have a CNY event, it's bound to look a certain way. You will certainly have something along the lines of this, with some fights, and this is good. Like, this is really good. We will get all of the loot later. You get 5 cores in here, that's insane. A summoning event like this that rewards you for summoning Elena, which I really didn't do a whole good job with, I think. Like, I still think that people assume when they see that is not just for summoning Elena, because most people won't read. But they made the sentence better, so I guess that's something. Some form of relay. The relay was good. I bought it. And then you want to have your shop. And this shop, by the way, they changed it. They changed it, and they changed it in a pretty big way. Usually that in the front here, that has a limit of 4, and this one in the back has a limit of 1. And now this one in the front has a limit of 2, and this one has a limit of 2. So that is actually now way better. Those are up to 3 whole cores that you can get from this event. Usually it was 2. So the event was buffed in that way. This one, I think... Yeah, well, of course you can earn a lot of money with those things. This, if you want to max this, that's $4,000. And sometimes I feel like it's just not worth being that greedy. And just not worth giving the people a reason to talk about your game costing $4,000 for a single event. Just don't. I mean, like, the people are going to spend $750 or something on that. You can make it an extra event, let it go to like 900, 1,000, make a ton of money with it, and the people that spend $750 will go and spend the extra ton as well. But I think most people, when they see that this is 4,000, you are just out of reach for the people that would spend $750. It's not the one in the blue bottle with the yellow top. Even though that is certainly the best drink, and I think that kept me alive for years. It's actually, maybe it's fancy, it's in a glass bottle. It's in a glass bottle, so yeah. I mean, that's something. So yeah, do I think the CNY event is good? It is the Transcendence release event with extra things, so yeah. And it's a ton of extra things, so I think, yeah, it's good. It's a good event. So, yeah, so I mean, I have to organize some stuff now. You have to give me another second. The crazy thing is that there will be people who are going to spend the 4,000, and the thing is the 4,000 is not really something that you have to spend. What most people are going for is like this 100 Jade Rabbit pack, and the 100 Jade Rabbit pack, you get one Jade Rabbit pack guaranteed every 10 pulls, but you can get it earlier. That's why DT said it was 1,500 for him actually. I mean, like that is the hard cap. You can go for a ton of summons, but you don't necessarily have to get all of the event loot. Yeah, we will open all of those letters, definitely. But the thing is, we are going to get some more from this event, I think it was. Like, I think down here there are some. Yeah, we get 8 here, we get another 8 here. So we have to do like the event before we go into the reward receiving stage, I would say, is what you could call it. And once we did like all of the event stuff and like the summoning stuff and 10 awakenings, then we will really go and claim all of our rewards, get our collaboration, and then I plan. Well, it all depends on the guest really. We have to see how we plan around that. So we don't really have a timeline, but we have to do the summoning before we can claim the rewards. That is like the essential, the essence of it. What should my next A-tier copy be? I don't really remember what you had. I have like a lot of people sending me screenshots. But you have a ton already. I mean, do you even need some? I know that you have a ton. Why not just get good A copies for 4K instead of a B+? I mean, like the B+ is certainly fun. You get resources on the way, but yeah. I mean, like, if you wanted to get a hero, right now is the time where you could really get it for cheap. I think I saw like a 35k A+ Ferric Investor or A-tier Ferric Investor. Another Lena here, that is nice to see. We are slightly above average, so that's good. That's good. That's good. The leveled and locked 2-star. That was actually a server-specific thing. It's quite weird. For some time, people posted like they are 2-star heroes on the chat on my server. And they, the idea was basically that you compared your buffs with it. So, like, everybody has 2-star heroes or 1-star heroes, and they get certain buffs from star spawns and galleries and everything. And we were just comparing how huge our 2-stars and 1-stars are. So I still have that locked 2-star hero in my bag for cases like this, even though I think nobody has done that for ages now. But there was this time when, yeah, people got higher star spawned and the galleries were new, and suddenly you had those huge 2-star and 3-star and whatever heroes, and that was like an insane part. I mean, we can take a look at it. I don't remember. I think it was like the Fortress faction hero. Let's scroll down here. There it is. I mean, if you take a look at it, it's just funny. Around the time when we made this, like the biggest HP heroes were something like a Valkyr, a Corpse Demon with like 4 to 5 million HP. And now you have a 2-star hero, a 2-star Ranger with 10 million HP and 272,000 attack, which is insane. And that was the time when this was really interesting. Did you do the crystal yet? No, we did in fact not. We are mostly doing some on-the-fly organizing here, so that is what I would call it. It might be possible that our guest still joins, so it's looking pretty good actually. So don't want to hype it up too much, but as far as I see it, that might be possible that we get a guest quite soon. And that is something I'm organizing on the side, and that is kind of getting a part of my attention now. That's why you guys are not getting all of it at the moment. But I'm going to finish the heroic summons, and then we are going to see what we can do. And even either we go into the IDA fights, or we are going to just continue doing CNY. Got a queen. I can't really complain. I got a lot of 5-star heroes here that are also Transcendence heroes, some summoning material. So that's quite nice. On the last scrolls here, we have to claim some more. I don't really have 2,000, but we get to 2,000 with the scrolls we get as rewards for doing the scrolls. Which, weirdly enough, makes sense. Bot is gone. Which bot is gone? Do we have a dead bot? I sure don't hope we have a dead bot. I have no idea. I have no idea. So we are just going to continue summoning. Funny meme though. Hello Horus. Nice that you're here, mate. Just doing some chill summons right now. Waiting for somebody to arrive, and then we are going to watch some IDA fights. And no, we still did not use the crystals. We are going to use, do them like in a row. I'm going to hop on Amazon. We are not going to do a lot of stuff on Amazon today. I don't really want to do anything on Amazon, so we are going to summon the copy, we are going to look at the copy, we are going to appreciate the copy, and then we are going to go back to the main. That is about it. And then there is going to be an Amazon episode where we take a deeper look into the copy, watch the summoning, and I'm going to cut that together, and that is... You missed! Oh, Cone. Don't snitch on me. Nobody saw it. Nobody saw it. But he's right. I got another Elena copy. Yeah. About that. Why do I always get a message when I'm streaming? It's like always the same. Is Jesus your guild leader? Yeah, he is. He actually is my guild leader. Pretty good guild leader, by the way. Have to say. So we now need to do 310 more summons. And we obviously have that, right? Yes. See? That is the problem. That is the thing. That is why we needed the reward scrolls. It was a little bit important. Altar, 3-star altar rings. Like heroic scrolls are like 3-star summons. So it could as well be 3-star shards at this point. So we are going to be have a guaranteed Elena copy that we are still going to get. Okay. We got an easy one, like an early one. That is pretty good. Maybe we get another one, but that will be quite tight. We will have to see if that works out. So let's see what happens here. And that is a Gru. That is not an Elena. That is like a wannabe Elena. Is Jesus from the UK? I can't tell you that, mate. Like, that's personal information. You can, like, ask him if he's in the Idle Heroes Discord, if he's, like, there and chatting. You can ask him. And maybe if he wants to answer, he will. But I can't answer stuff like that. That is not something I can do. That would be crossing a line. If I'm trusted with some information, then I'm not sharing stuff. I thought so. I just thought I would ask. Yeah, it's no problem to ask. There is nothing wrong with asking. So I don't complain. Like a little bit of an Abyss team here. Lord Balrog. By the way, at one point we are going to build Lord Balrog. Because as I said, we built Valentino. I made the Valentino video, but there is one thing I did not do. I did not make a Lord Balrog video, and I plan to do that. Where is it? Because we still have this. And I think this is quite bonkers, and we are going to use that at one point, and we are going to make a video. And I'm not quite sure how the video is going to look, but I mean, we are going to make a video. We really are. Lord Balrog was, by the way, I think about a year ago? A year ago, he was meta. Can you imagine that? He was meta for a brief period of time. And the person who actually made him meta was June. June, still a pretty prominent content creator. He made this guy meta, and the reason is, where is it? Where is it? I know he has it. Wait, is it just like an effect he gets later on? I know he was meta. Give me a second. So yeah, there it is. Some of those heroes get like extra effects written at the end. It's quite weird. Increases attack by 60% for 2 rounds. And that was the reason. He can give a hero a 60% attack buff. And the hero with the lowest HP, that is actually something weird. The way this works, and all of your heroes are full life for Lord Balrog. For whatever reason, this guy is wrongly programmed. If all heroes are full life, he says, okay, we have no lowest life. And if we have no lowest life, then he increases slot 1. So that is the way it works. And then slot 1 gets a 60% attack buff, and of course people put their SFX on slot 1, got a 60% attack buff, and I mean, like, that's insane. That's insane. 60% attack buff? Holy hell, that's a lot. That's like really a lot. But now, I want to get another copy of Elena, please. Another copy of Elena, please. That is not Elena. That is really not Elena. That is Eco Elena. And you are not Elena as well. You are a dark hero, but you are not Elena. I can distinguish that. I can distinguish that. Have you ever thought about stop playing? Have you ever thought about stop playing? I'm thinking about it. I mean, I have quit on games, obviously. I quit on Eternal Evolution. Well, it's quite recently. And if I ever thought about quitting Idle Heroes, I think, honestly, at the beginning, like at the beginning I did. And what really kept me in the game was the one CNY where we got Penny and Armra. And I got Penny, and Penny was insane. And I smashed everybody in PvP, and I liked that. And then I continued playing. And then there was like some small targets. And I think one small target was getting Armra to E2. Because Armra E2 was actually faster than the carries on my server. And the pennies on my server. And I thought it would be insane if I got an Armra shield before the enemy could even get an active off with his, or an basic off with his penny. And I did that, and I went on place 1 in the Crystal Crown League, and that was insane. That was really the thing that kept me in the game, I think. And now I don't really think about it. No, not at all. Not at all. Motivation is another story. Like, motivation to make videos. You guys know I'm a little bit lazy with the videos, and I get some complaints about it. Though some of those complaints are a little bit weird. Like, when are you going to upload another video of the Amazon series? Like, I did one 2 days ago, I think. It's not that long ago, but it's alright. I mean, like, it's better people asking for more episodes of the series than people telling you to stop doing that. So in the end, I'm quite happy that people ask. Yeah, but some days I come home and I'm like tired, and I can't make a video, or I don't have time to make a video, and then motivation obviously gets the better of me, and I don't make a video. But I try to do one at least every second day. And when you don't see video of me every second day, then yeah, that's really the exception. That's really the exception. And about goals in the game, because I just read that from Rolling, yeah, there aren't really any. I mean, like, what am I going to do? I cleared Aspen Dungeon. I cleared Void Campaign some time ago. I cleared Void Vortex. My main goal in the game is to remember to do Realmskate every single day. And even though I don't do it properly, I try to remember it every single day. Apparently, today I didn't. And this is funny in a way, because, like, the one thing I just told you guys that I try to remember is something I fail in, which is quite funny. This guy is 420 million CCO, which is quite insane. I got defeated. This guy probably has some speed buffs. So that can be annoying if you get like an enemy that already bought like a 2-3 speed buffs, then he suddenly has 30% more. Jesus! Mr. Jesus is here! In the chat. People were asking for you. Asking whether you come from the UK. I told them I wouldn't tell them. So that is something. Yeah, Jesus is here like in the real sense now. He's in chat, so that is quite cool. We just finished up on doing summons, I think. I think that was like the last one we had to do. Yeah, completed 4 of 4, so that's nice. And now I really care of how many copies of Elena we actually got. We have 4 here. And then we have like, the rest should be, am I blind or is she just way down here? And we have 5 here. So we got 9 copies in total, which is alright. See, now you got the information. I don't know who asked it, but somebody asked it. Jesus fan club in chat. It is, the weird thing is like, I know that when you are like a content creator and you go into the chat of another content creator, everybody is like, yeah, it's Wraec or it's Jesus, and I just imagine like, and you sit there as a content creator and you're just doing your best to do a stream, and there is some other guy joining. Everybody's like, yeah, it's Jesus, and yeah, like, guys, I'm still existing. Hello, but that's all right. That's all right. I mean, like, appreciate him as much as you can, guys, doing ton of good stuff. And I mean, like, if he didn't make his guides, we would probably still try to clear the fire, I think. So that is something. That is something. So we got 9 copies of Elena, which is of course a great invitation to finally build her. We got 2 of those guys. It's pretty nice that we can build a dark hero. I have some 6-star puppets. I actually won't use them even. Yeah. So we are just going to trash some 5-star heroes, I guess. That is something. And then we can just build a 10-star and he is going to, yeah, 9-star. Perfect. So the 10-star Elena, there she is. Instant upgrade to 10-star. There will be a little bit of a problem. Like, we don't really have spirit. Not at all. And we don't really have materials. Also not at all. So, yeah, we have to see how we make that happen. That might take a while. That might take a while, actually. I mean, guys, you can write it in the chat. Do we even test the normal version? Do we test it? Because normal version, once again, that is a weakened version of the Transcendence one. Thanks, Wraec. I'm sure we would be okay without my guides by now, though. I mean, they changed a lot of stuff. People don't realize, but Vortex has become a lot easier. Has really become a lot easier. Not only because of all the stuff we got, but mainly because of the mechanic that we can now put other heroes in there. You can use your Ignis, you can use your stuff without Ignis being CC'd. Because they changed it. Like, now you get CC'd at the end of the turn. It used to be at the beginning of a turn. At the beginning of the turn, your Purify doesn't trigger, so you were CC'd for the turn. And if it triggers at the end of the turn, it can get purified instantly. So that's a huge difference. Test runs first. There is no test runs first and normal later. Like, that's not going to happen. If we test normal, then we test normal first and then Transcendence. Because I won't get her back from being a Transcendence hero. It's not going to happen. It's like really not going to happen. That requires soul symbols, and yeah, we don't have them. Yeah, really, okay, yeah, I think you're right. We need to do CNY in a sense. I mean, from where do I get all of those? Do I get some of those letters here? Are there letters in here? If there are not, then we can just do the left stuff now. And then go ahead and get all of the other stuff. Yeah, I think that is a good idea. I think we are just going to do the left part here of the event. Then we are going to summon those things, and then we are going to do awakenings. Is that a good way? I think that's a good way to do it. So the question is, how long does this take? It doesn't take, okay, it does take 2 seconds. 2 seconds, perfect. Perfect, 2 seconds is nice. No, that's actually my main Jesus. Amazon account is not that strong. It's not that strong. But like, oh, you can, they show it. I like it. They show it. That's really nice. Okay. Let's... I mean, that is good. Those are good rewards. Those are good rewards. We get a 10-star here. We get a ton of this stuff. Some 6 stars. That's a good amount of food. But I really like this side. I really like this side. Some cores, profit orbs, and this chest. And this chest contains like every single festival skin. You even get the Halloween limited Freya skin, which is insane. So that is really cool. And now I need a break for like 3 minutes. 3-minute break, guys. And we will be back right after with some special stuff, I suppose. So, 3-minute break. Don't be worried, you won't hear me. So guys, I think you can hear me again now. We actually got ourselves a guest here. And I don't know, maybe you want to introduce yourself, or I can introduce yourself is also a way.
That's completely up to you.
It's actually the one and only, the legendary Mr. Jesus is here. That is joining us for this live stream, at least for the time he has. So I hope you guys can actually hear him now. We have to see if that works out. I've done that last time with Aika, I think. So you can hear him, so that's good.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Is he loud
Glad
enough?
to join you. Thank you, Wraec, for having me.
Nice, man, that right. No way Jesus is here is the goat. So
Jesus is sus, that's correct, yeah.
Jesus in Germany. No, not quite.
Yeah, I flew to see Wraec. He's got a fantastic house.
Yeah.
Lots of
Obviously.
sheep in the field. It's very interesting.
I live under a bridge.
Live on a bridge. That's even more
That's
interesting.
that's way better actually when it rains.
Under, just
Yeah.
like the proper internet troll.
Yeah, obviously.
Are you living there with Daiko, submitting your one team into IDA?
Yeah, he invaded there for some point. So he went there and he tried to live with me, but just didn't work out. There's like too much tension between us after he started using the bloody Star Storm. So I think
It always seems a bit tense in guild chat.
yeah, it is a little bit of a problem. It is a little bit of a problem, but we get some counseling on that. So I think one day it will work out. But you guys can hear him. So you said you can hear him, but can you hear him well? Is it all right? Or do I have to change something? We now have the opportunity to still change some stuff. So,
People are constantly complaining about my microphone, so now is the time.
Yeah, but you got a better microphone now.
Yeah, I know, but that's a secret.
No, I spoiled it. It's too late. So, Zai forever, Daiko writes. He used it again. I saw.
Daiko's in the chat.
He is in the
You're
chat,
right,
yeah,
Daiko?
he is in the chat. Daiko is
Awesome.
in the chat. Ursema said he was going to join as well. We have to see if that's going. It's fine. Now it's a bit too loud, but I'm talking very loud. And if it's too loud, that's not too important because you can make it a little bit more silent. But if it's... Oh, we can enter the quantity here? That's insane. Okay. I think we are going to do New Year Fortune for the second. And I saw I can just do this. So I think we are going to throw 299 Spring Festival bags in here for the moment. And we are going to see how far I can get and how much loot I can get, so that we can see how much it would actually cost me to complete this, which I'm not going to do, but we just talked about it. You guys didn't hear it. It was in secret. But we will see. So 299
It's not that much of a secret, but yeah.
It's not that much of a secret, you say?
But it is actually quite complicated.
Holy
This is one of the more complicated events if you
I
want
got
to spend more.
58. That sucks. That really sucks.
58 out of what, 300?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not too bad actually. That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
but no, the point is 58 is not like one of the thresholds. It's like 2 before that.
I see. Okay, yeah. I mean,
And I
that's
got-
how DH Games gets you to spend some extra money. I did
Yeah,
try
obviously.
to map it out, and the expected value is much lower than that. But everything, I think I'm missing something in the maths for working out how many you should get per 100.
Did they even disclose the probabilities to get a Jade?
Yeah,
Wraec?
the probabilities are disclosed, so you can work it out. But I think I just messed up my distribution somehow. It tells you like the bags are distributed 10%, 30%, and 60%. And
okay.
after 10 bags, you will automatically get
Yeah, the
the
10%.
Jade bag.
Yeah.
In the help there, the help is very extensive. You go to details and help. Super
I mean, like
extensive.
in that sense, I got a lot more than expected.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's 58 is more than I got for about the same amount of.
Yeah, if you bought,
I think I got
it's like 30,
54.
like-
Yeah, I think 58 is a good result. Yeah.
Well, like
So, yeah, all
it's
the
not-
details
it's,
are there,
It's
yeah.
obviously not. It should not be 30. It should be always better than 30. Like nearly always better than 30 because 30 is the lowest possible. Okay, yeah, from 300.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always going to be better than that. Yeah, I worked out distributions and
Yeah.
it's
Okay,
it's
but it is
significantly
good.
better
I
than
hate that they
10%.
didn't put those in order. So now all those numbers are thrown in here. But this is a lot of stuff, and I saw that we get that later on. think that will be quite cool to see how much of this stuff I actually get. Obviously, I would
I think it's about, because it's you get 7 out of 23 numbers, so it's about 30% of your bags should convert to times. Well, it depends how far you got, times 5, times 7, or times 10, or times 4, depending on how far you've got, or times 3. I think is the base. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, like I can probably get the last 2 with the free stuff, right? But
The problem is if you go times
times what?
yeah, exactly. So yeah, the free stuff will get you up to times 7. Times 7's pretty good. Yeah,
We'll
that
get
should
me
easily
up to
get you
times 7, really? That's insane.
Yeah, because you only need 2 more jade bags, and you're going to get 3 every day for 13 more days.
Yeah, but I don't need times 7.
That's 39.
I'm 2 before B minus, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
At B, it's times 7. So at 80, you get times 7.
Ah, sorry. Okay, yeah, I was looking at yeah, okay. Yeah,
but we got like all these C cores now, so I'm not sure. I mean, like it is decent, certainly is. And I can.
Yeah, I mean, times 5 is still not bad.
I mean, like we can use all of those now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just going to throw them all on L, and it will be good.
Yeah, I did that. I didn't get much, but I might go for the B plus core. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm thinking about using single copies because we try and trash some copies. We have some whale currency.
Yeah. But as well, remember this event is 2 weeks long, so that you might have some purchases. For example, your monthly reset if it comes in the next 2 weeks and stuff like that.
2 weeks long, actually.
You may have some natural purchases that come that boost you up a little bit as well.
Okay, yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, definitely true. I think we are just going to throw them on the 5-star copies and retire the better one of those, and the rest are going to be material. We are going to see what we are going to get. The best one is obviously the B minus one. I think we are just going to go from worst to best and are going to see what's going to happen. I mean, like, obviously, getting an A tier copy from a C minus is like, nah, not going to.
Don't stop at that. You can get an SSS from a 3 summon, apparently, on Eleanor on day 1. So.
Yeah, but it's only when you're free to play.
Free to play and from a particular country.
I already disclosed the country.
I'm not sure we can disclose the country, but
so let's see. I thought for a second, but like that's D tier. So okay, that's a really trashy C minus. SSS King Barton. Jesus is a really chill guy. Nice to see. Obviously he is. Obviously he is. Otherwise I wouldn't have put him on stream. That would have been rather stupid, I guess. So C tier core, maybe we now have some luck. I mean, even a green one, maybe. No, even with a C tier. Oh, okay. Yeah, well. What do you say? It's a nice copy. Can you see it already? The beauty of it.
There's a bit of a delay between the voice and the copy. So I've got to get used to that.
Okay. I mean, like.
Oh, I see a green. That's not bad. A bit of speed. Speed is good for.
Yeah.
You want some speed.
It's not really like a competitive copy, I guess.
No, not competitive, but still nice.
I mean, like, even though speed is the perfect
for what you used,
it's like, yeah, not really what we're looking for. Maybe C plus is the answer. Maybe C plus the answer. That looks better. That looks certainly better. I can work with that. Yeah, that's all right. Okay, we found our copy.
Okay, I'm going to wait to see this copy. I'm excited.
Yeah,
now.
We found our copy. We found our copy. Or I found my copy. For you, it's probably still rather bad.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
3 greens on a C plus. Nice. 48 speed. That's good.
48 speed. I can work for 48 speed. We have like okay,
yeah,
controlling. I mean, controlling with the offset isn't too bad for her.
That's going to be better than your B minus summon.
That is probably true. Sadly, that kind of makes me want to snap that B minus summon on something else. We have a Mockman. Let's use that. Let's use that. We use the B minus summon.
You're gonna hate it if the Mockman comes in an A.
Oh no! What will I do when the Mockman comes out an A? I wouldn't know.
What a Vulcan copy. A Vulcan copy would be cool. Have you got a Vulcan?
I have a Vulcan. Yeah, I summoned some Vulcan. We can also do a Vulcan. Wait a second.
I think Vulcan would sell more than.
I still already have an A tier. Like I got one from the B plus, but like that's Yeah.
But Vulcan is such a cool hero.
Yeah, Vulcan is really such a cool hero. I mean, like, even the normal Vulcan is a very cool hero. What I
Yeah.
think, though, I would have loved if they put normal Vulcan's attack buff into the Transcendence version. Because they didn't do that. Normal Vulcan has like a ton of attack buffs that he gives himself with every single ammunition that he has.
Yeah.
And that would have been insane on the Transcendence copy. I think then we would have seen him as an SE damage dealer. But not like this. And I figured, by the way, like the chances to get an A- from this B- core is about the same as to get an SSS from an SS summoning core. Which is weird.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
Yeah, it's weird, but it is like that. So I think we are easily going to hit it. Easily.
Of course.
Of course.
Someone's got to.
Of course.
Have I tested her? No. Well, I did test her, actually. I've got her set up on Arto's account. But when I do me versus Arto, it's all over in like 1.5 rounds normally, so I can't really see her effects yet. And I haven't had time to sit down and test her properly.
You just have 2 strong heroes. You need weaker
Yeah,
heroes.
it's ridiculous.
I can sell you
Whoever
some.
hits first destroys.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I fought Arto, and he has like this Mockman, and this Mockman, I don't know how much attack that thing has. That hits like a truck.
Yeah. No, it really does. That Mockman hits very hard.
It's like this SSS Mockman.
Yeah.
I remember him buying that thing. Insane.
Yeah. The SSS cop is a Mockman. Insane, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Did I alter Arto's SS Vulcan? Yeah, of course. What else would you expect me to do with that?
Obviously. Obviously, what else? So, it's green. That's bad. And it's B-. That is like... I mean, it's decent.
Yeah, the C plus was the best then.
The C plus was indeed the best. Last time the C plus was quite bad that I had. So, I mean, we're going to get another B-, so that is something, I guess. We didn't really finish the summoning part of the event, I suppose. No, that's not here. Where is it? That's here. We got to 30.
Actually, the speed on your B- was the same as the speed on the C, did I think?
Yeah, I think I got 30 speed on the
Or C, or on the C minus, or one of them. I don't know which one it was.
30 speed here, and then we had like one of the Atlanta copies. Where are they? I don't know why they're so far down here. No, the C. It was the C. It was the really ugly C with the D plus and D. That also had B- speed.
Ah, yeah.
I mean, like I'm going to use the other one that we summoned, the one from the B tier, obviously. And we can summon the rest of them too. It's not really. I mean, like I need it for the awakening stuff anyway. I kind of hate that they didn't put the Gilded Purple fan in the chest that you get from the summoning event. They did put it though into the other 2 treasure chests that we are going to get, the other 2 artifact chests. So I guess that is at least something. Not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have expected them to put it into the summoning event one. That's always like a base, a base thing for them, right? They give you pretty basic rewards.
Yeah, but it's still quite hard to get them, actually. I mean, like
it is, and you had to give them up. You had to make a big choice for them last time, right? It was you had to get the artifact, or you actually got like proper tree mats, like sublimation chests or cores. I seem to remember.
Yeah, they
big choices last time
in there. Like a 45k sub chest or something like that. I used to take that, but
no, I took it instead of the fan. Because I'm not using that much fans, but I can really see there is potential for a sustain team now.
Yeah,
especially with Vulcan as well.
Yeah, I looked at it and thought like, okay, maybe once you have more of them. Like one fan doesn't change a lot, but I think like if you get a bunch and put them on the team, that is a decent amount of shield restore that you have every round.
Yeah,
so
I mean you can still use crowns on certain heroes, so you can, if you want to do sustain, you can mix and match crowns and fans, and it can still kind of work.
I mean, I just managed to lose against a crown team in IDA, so
there you go. You see? Oh, did you? Oh, we've yet to see that. I haven't even looked at IDA properly.
Oh, don't look at it. We will skip the
group.
Right,
I won't.
We will skip the group.
Is that the plan?
I can't. They will hold me to it, and then they will say, "Show this group," and I will get that as comment and on the Discord, and that's like,
Is it group 1?
It's group 6.
Ah, but actually, if you're doing it, it's going to come up every time you.
Yeah.
Every time you change group. Oh, God.
It was horrible.
But it doesn't matter. At least
does,
you've won it. At least you've won it. If it was like still, remember, imagine if you hadn't won it before. This would be awful.
I won it just one time. It's
Yeah, but at least you won it. Well, imagine if you didn't win it that time. I mean, the angst right now at this point would be so bad.
I was nervous. Yeah. I stopped being nervous. The time I was, I was like, okay, well, it is what it is after all. It is what it is, and if I don't win it, then I don't win it, and I get some frame food anyway, so yeah, who cares?
Yeah. No, it's good to win it once.
Will Jesus make a video about Force War? I'm really curious since his teammates were pretty decent whales and they still had, They still had a hard time due to positioning. We always have a hard time due to positioning.
It's not positioning that we had a hard time due to. It's due to force control. So we controlled 3 forces and the other 5 forces... well, actually, to be fair, 4 forces were in an alliance and the 5th force decided to just quit early, but was also helping the 4 forces. So it's about, at the moment, there's basically 2 factions, and it's about which of the 2 factions gets the most forces. And you can't really see it from the map without knowing who all the commanders are. But I think a lot of the Force Wars in the future is just going to be 2 big factions against each other.
Yeah, I think so.
But we decided to go for the Avatar this time because we had 3 teams attacking us, so there was no chance of doing very well. So we decided to see what the going for the Avatar is. I don't think we're going to get it this time because you actually need to have the most resources as well.
Hey, you really do? I thought you just get it.
To beat one more team. No, you don't just get it. You have to. So at the moment, if you look at the Force War map.
Okay, 1 second. I will just do one more click here.
Yeah, go for it. I'm interrupting you actually doing your event.
No, we can do that in the background. That's why those animation take years. So, okay, we are on the map. I can't scroll out, though.
Okay, so yeah, like Force Wars at the moment, there's like Wanderers have 2 factions. And if Wraec, you're in the Wanderers faction, right? So you can see the amount of materials that we got. It's about like 2.4. I can't remember how many zeros are on that. I think most leading factions have about 2.9. So we would need to, as Wanderers, eat 1 more faction in order to get the Avatar. So what we'd need to do, the easiest would be to eliminate the yellow faction from the map. So they've got 5 bases there, but we've only got like just over 48 hours, which isn't enough time. But I think theoretically, if we eliminated the yellow faction from the map, they would join us, bring their resources from the monsters, which should be enough to put us on top. So I think
yellow faction, you referred that. Suicide is the answer. Suicide. Take your guild back out. We want to murder you.
Oh, so basically, if you're in the Wanderers, you need to focus on trying to take out yellows. It's very hard to do it in 48 hours. I think we became Wanderers a bit too late. But if you did take out yellow, theoretically, I think then the Wanderers would get the Avatar.
But they took their tech out already, so that's nice. So they are willing to join us.
Yeah, but they took the tech out, but they took it out sneakily, right? Because they're not giving it to us. Go to Stronghold Info. That's actually very sneaky. Go to Stronghold Info on that, and you see that the other force is ahead of us. However, if that tower lasts until midnight, so there's not enough attacks until midnight, some attack can drop off it because it holds the record of damage for 48 hours. And it may be the case that if it lasts until midnight, we actually end up getting that stronghold. But if it goes down before midnight, we won't get it.
Oh, okay, yeah, because
midnight being reset, because obviously it's midnight for me, but it's different.
DT was in chat too. DT, stop attacking that thing.
Yeah, but DT is not going to stop attacking it. He wants to get it, right? I mean, he's trying to win the overall thing.
DT, that's not the way that game mode is played. You don't understand that game mode. Stop it.
But DT, but yeah, DT's damage on that. I think if it gets to midnight, DT's going to lose some damage on that. I sure hope so. It might become interesting if it lasts until midnight.
That Jesus is here guy did like 0 damage.
Yeah, as soon as you die, they pretend you never existed. I mean, like they erase you from history. It's just like 1984.
Is that Jesus? Yeah, that is Jesus. Hashtag ban DT. Yeah, that is the way forward. Ban him. and delete his force. That would be the way forward.
Yeah, but the thing is, you actually need DT's help as well to get through the yellow faction. If we have a chance of getting the avatar, we have to kill a faction. But 48 hours, it's not enough time. I don't think.
Yeah, I think.
But you never know. Stranger things have happened.
On Amazon, it would be enough time.
Yeah.
On Amazon, we could murder all of these towers in the next 15
minutes.
If
we got a massive group chat of everybody that was in the Wanderers and actually got people to attack the same tower, it would be possible.
We just have this tiny text field here that nobody can edit because Land of Exiles has no commander.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is another problem in itself, and I'll probably make a video about it because that is insanely stupid.
But I think we talked about that before, Wraec, right? I think the big problem with how they've designed the health of the towers is that in Force Wars on Android, there are so many people signing up fake accounts in order to get the free SG at the end. The towers have an insane amount of health compared to the amount of active people fighting. So I think this Force Wars is going a lot slower than it was intended to do. So if you imagine Force Wars went faster, we would have 2 factions as Wanderers a lot earlier, and then there would be much better chances for the Wanderers to have a chance of winning. But because there's so many dormant accounts and DH hasn't adjusted for it, then it just feels there's not enough time for Wanderers to be able to get that avatar.
Yeah, I think that we talked about that. The problem was. The problem was I saw that on Amazon the damage was a lot higher that I did against the towers, 10 times higher or something around that. So the thing is that I figured, or we figured, that this was because of lower player count. And of course on Android we have way higher player count. And as you said, I guess it's inflated. I mean, if you wanted to have a lot of accounts to farm for summons to make some money, then you would certainly be interested in registering for Force War. Which is
funny. I mean, there is a specific country that probably has a lot of accounts in Force War.
Probably half of the accounts.
The country that shall remain unnamed.
The country that shall remain unnamed. So the thing is, that is also funny because I think I can leak that. It's not too much of a leak. That Sorb said that DH was concerned that people were registering without doing anything ever.
Yeah, but why would you? I mean, if you've got a dummy account, why are you going to put the effort into all these really boring attacks? I mean, a lot of Force War is quite boring, right?
So insane. That you even get, by the way, if you don't do anything.
What's that? Sorry.
You get those resource chests here anyway. If you don't even.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the amount of stuff you get from just signing up is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, your ranking rewards. Okay, those will be bad, but you still get a little bit. And force ranking rewards is what you get anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Actually, what is the condition on sign up? I couldn't work that out through my outs. What do you need in order to sign for Force Wars?
Level 130.
130. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, that was the reason I couldn't sign up on Amazon last time.
Ah, okay.
So that was a problem. I wanted to show Amazon Force War and I just couldn't.
Yeah, but at least you can do it this time.
Yeah, I did it this time. Though I have to say, I don't want to say hype I had for Force War. It was new, it was interesting. This time I didn't really feel like putting a lot of effort into it. I put a little bit at the beginning, but later on I didn't even try to improve my monster scores. Which was I kind of hated it.
Yeah, but I mean, it depends on the rewards. I mean, there's a little bit of Stardust in the rewards, which is interesting for Wales, but it's not really a huge amount.
No, it really isn't.
So the incentive isn't really there to push, especially if you've got the frame already, the top 100
I have the frame. But I mean, I'm top 100 anyway.
Yeah.
The only thing that now makes me think I want to push one more boss is that I'm 59. And 59 is a little bit bad because I could be 21 to 50 and get, I think, the same loot that I got last time. Without putting any real effort in. So I just have to improve one boss. But if you check out my bosses, I mean 760, 700, 720.
Well, I guess the other thing is if you have time, it's good practice for becoming commander next time, right? Practicing some of the bosses that might have been a bit...
Yeah, that is true. For that, I would have to be way less lazy with it. That is one thing. But yeah, I think I will put some. I would put.
That's okay. Well, we have a guide for next time, so
you have a guide.
We'll do a proper guide next time.
You'll do.
Of course, we have a guide for next time.
That's insane. Okay, let's get the rest of the loot here. Some nice stuff. They reused the animations. I know those animations. I think they did some. What was it? Event with some corals or some stuff. I don't even know for which event that really was, but that is something I remember. Okay. They should have made a 50 button. Why is there no 50 button? Yeah, whatever. But did you notice that they now put 3 cores in this Transcendence release event instead of 2? Usually there are only 2.
3 cores? Sorry, where?
Yeah, 3 cores. There are 3 instead of 2 now. Wait, I have to claim my rewards here. Claim my Gilded Purple fan. Like in this part. They changed the limits here. Usually those were 4. You could get 4 CI chests. And now you can only get 2, but you can get 2 cores at the end here.
Ah, yes, the CI chest. Yeah, I did notice that because it was really annoying because I got all my CI islands exactly equal, and it's like, right, you have to uneven them again.
Yeah,
but it's okay because it balances with that other event where you get 2 chests.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like for me, I just like the fact that I get 3 cores now because it perfectly fits to make my Freya core noble and to actually get Core Liberation 8, which is...
Are you not going to keep the cores for the new hero?
No.
Because new hero core looks really interesting.
Yeah, it looks a little bit OP, actually. But the thing is, I mean, I need Freya core, right? Anyway.
Freya core is important, yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So now I have to... the question, do I need submats or spiritual essence? I think submats.
Oh, submats. Sure, yeah.
Always.
Oh, what, in 2 or in the 30 one?
Yeah, the 31. I mean, it's not in the 15
Yeah, submats. Obviously, there's only submats, but you don't want tree mats.
No. The spiritual essence is. I think you can get enough of those. So now we got all of this. I mean, I really like the new core, but I'm a little bit scared of it as well because I have a really big SFX and everything that provides healing curses is like not really welcome for me.
Oh yeah, that's very anti-SFX.
That's
I mean, to be fair, the new hero is very anti-SWJ as well. So this is it's killing some of the older heroes. We'll see. We'll see how that
basically killing my
works out,
team. You want to say?
Oh yeah, because you're SWJ as well. That's true. Well, actually, it's the core. So a level 8 core on that is crazy. Like it makes everybody have like raw style CC production. Yep. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is like really insane. Like raw style CC reduction is quite bonkers. And I mean, like I kind of think they knew that this hero was going to come when they designed the Star Spawns. Because they brought so much CI offset in the game, and I thought, like, okay, that's so OP. Like, all this CI offset, obviously I'm going to go into Starving Jara, build a Starving Jara team. And
exactly.
With Elena now, it's no longer that obvious.
But now you find there's a new condition. Starving Jara has to be fast if you want that CC to be useful. Because if you don't go early in the round, your CC's pointless.
Yeah, I think like it's more about those do one active and maybe... I mean, would you use energy artifact Starving Jara or still Rui? I think still Rui, right? 2 homeowners that go first with maybe a Snow Heart.
Yeah, I mean...
hit them with the Starving Jara.
It's an argument. It depends how much CI offset and precision, CI precision you have, because energy artifact with enough of that can still be quite effective for disrupting. But you need to be faster. I mean, that's the key thing. Otherwise, it's pointless.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And like at least the copy I bought is quite fast, so that's something.
Yeah.
Good. Then we are going to get the Freya core for a second, and then I think, okay, that's the one. It's nice. It's nice, and it's certainly a thought about it. I thought about like, do I just take one? I mean, Core Liberation basically does the rest. But then I couldn't get Freya core to noble now, which is.
Well, your Freya core is that you only got 100? That's crazy. Okay, yeah.
What?
You only had 100 shards on the Freya core to start.
Yeah, I have just one Freya core. I have just.
I mean, level 4 Freya core is pretty key.
I'm pretty
I
sure.
know it's interesting because there's so many different functions of the new hero that I wonder if even Freya could be a substitute option. I
Freya's
mean,
speed.
it's hard to replace Freya's DR, but
Yeah.
the dodge kind of like is equivalent to like Freya's dodge mechanics.
I mean, doubling
That's
on
gonna be
that isn't
interesting.
bad. Double dodge, why not?
Yeah.
The only
That's
thing
true.
that you want for sure now is the Ranger Star spawn. It's interesting.
Yes.
It's interesting how I said, like, okay, maybe the Ranger Star spawn is debatable when they release the Star spawn upgrade, and you definitely want to go CI offset, and now they bring a hero that basically counters CI offset and makes
It's
you want the
true.
Ranger Star spawn.
Yeah.
Can't be been too wrong with that, actually, but it's fun. So now we are going to go for a bunch of Freya cores, actually.
How are you doing on the new star spawns?
We can look at that in a second. Just let me upgrade that Freya
Go
core
for
so
it.
that we have that done. So Freya core to noble, and that actually brings me to Core Liberation 8. One moment. Core Liberation 8. There we have it. I think you have that for how long did you have that? Core Liberation 8?
I don't have Core Liberation 8 yet, but I can do if I do it.
I can do it.
Are you on Core Liberation 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've got like 2 more to open for Mockman, I think it is, to get Core Liberation 8, but I'm not sure whether to save them for the new hero, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
went for the new hero when Mockman was released, and I got the Mockman core, and I kind of regretted that because it's decent, but like it's not.
But it's
insane.
decent and noble because it adds 1 to a useful core, right?
Yeah, that's like the best part of a lot, of course. But now I thought, okay, well, you definitely want the Ferrokin Vesa core, which
Yes. Yeah, because she's on every team.
she's like on every team. Well, for now she is. She might no longer be. We will see. But
Yeah, I mean, we need a lot more testing to get rid of Fairy Queen Vesa because the shields are like
shields,
fire.
effect of being healed, and damage. She even has damage. I mean, that's kind of insane. Silence.
But the damage is quite small compared to some of the new heroes.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
but,
And the spread of it. I mean, like the amount of
Yeah,
hits
yeah.
is really what's important in PvP, and that is something DTV masters. But the silence is still insane.
Yeah, that's very powerful.
Yeah, no,
I mean, that's the only thing that stops, like Harp or Snowheart teams completely wiping everything out in round 1 with a little bit of speed. Like that silence is the only thing that saves them.
which is stupid in a sense, but damage is another topic in this game. But no, I thought about like getting some cores I need for PvP, and then some cores I need for PvE, and basically getting like a Core Liberation 8 Star Alchemist Storm score, not for PvP.
It looks nice.
Not Daiko.
It looks nice.
I'm not Daiko, but for PvE. Like when they
Yeah, no,
release a new
Core
game.
Liberation 8 looks very nice. Very nice. I like that.
Yeah,
And now you kind of get on the flow. So now with new heroes, you can start getting Core Liberation 8 for everything.
exactly. Like when I now, that's why I said it would be an idea to just get one core of the new hero. Because if I now get one core, throw that in for any hero on this team.
You're +6, yeah.
Yeah, plus 5.
+6, no?
No, I just have if I put every single core here gets +5.
Right, but then you got +1 +5 is 6, right?
That is right. 1 + 5 is 6. That is right.
Yeah. Quick maps.
Quick maps, right. So that's the guy who you are. Okay, we just uncovered Jesus' identity. Popular 4 rap song. So now you know.
2 + 2 is 4.
See, he's performing it live right now. Damn! Daiko saw that I have Core Liberation 8's Ahikor. He wants to call me Romes. No, we don't do that. We don't do that, Daiko.
Romes.
Romes.
Wow.
It's very creative. It's very, very creative. Yeah, but like, I think they did a good job with the recent cores to have them quite interesting. It's no longer like that flat, that basic from the effect. Did you see this bug, by the way? It's just on screen. Maybe you see it in a second with the Crystal of Transcendence. I think you should see it in a second. Like on top, the Crystal of Transcendence, once you summon a few cores, it just starts popping off. I think you don't actually get the Crystal of Transcendence, but like there are like 15, 20 times 80k on the screen.
That's hilarious.
I thought, I guess there's some event reward I don't know about.
There was something else in the game that was doing that. When you what was it? The New Year growth plan. When you look at your mail reward, you know there's 2 levels of reward and the bonus reward.
Yeah.
They were both showing that you got 200 starry gems, but actually you only got 1 times 200 starry gems. But it looked like you were getting 400 starry gems per level.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think that's weird.
There's a lot of visual bugs, but obviously everyone's away from Chinese New Year, so they don't care. They're on holiday, they're partying, and they don't care.
I was mainly just checking if I really got this Crystal of Transcendence or if I didn't.
No, that would be cool.
That would be really cool. I thought, like, okay, now I'm going to make like 10 Transcendence heroes. Yeah. Finally going to catch up to Arto.
Imagine.
Yeah, I'm not going to have
But a bug like that, if they ever had something like that, it would be extremely hard to roll back.
But then again, what do you do? Really, what do you do? If they give you like 200 million Crystal of Transcendence, what do you do with it? There's like nothing you can do with it. You build like a few Transcendence heroes, yeah, fine. They are E5, you don't have Stellar to actually use them, and that's it.
You open a ticket saying that you mistakenly converted cores to Crystal of Transcendence, and if they could convert it back to Stellar Shards, you'd appreciate that.
And then they get like how was the one supporter called? They hated like every single player. I forgot. And she will say no and remove it all from your account.
Yeah, they would never do that.
Never. It's not like they sent us a certain email and then started removing the course you dropped from your account.
Yeah, that was pretty painful. I mean, like, it shows you what they can do technically if they can actually be bothered to lift a finger.
Yeah, leak all of our email addresses.
That's also very important. Yeah,
why not?
Why would you not want to do that?
I don't know. But you ask about the Starspawn progress, and that's actually it. I have them all.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't really have upgrades.
So you haven't regressed any of the basic Starspawns, right?
I regressed the Forest one.
Oh, you did? Okay.
And I'm at 130 here on the Ranger one, which I obviously now have to, have to get back.
Have to remedy that.
But I can do it. So like I have 15 here, that's alright. We just have to get some Stardust, and then I can get them back up again, which will be alright. It's just 6 levels basically, so that should be good. And maybe I will have to get a better roll here, because 109 dodge offset will no longer be enough.
I don't even know what my dodge offset is, actually. That's a good question.
I don't know, I just cared for CI offset. Can we scrap
something? But it's probably one of those star spawns that I rolled once and ignored, and I probably don't even care what it is. What do I have on that?
Does this just eat 1?
I have 105.4.
Jesus, we can do 2 rerolls.
I don't have any cookies.
I have 2 cookies.
Have you got cookies?
I have 2 cookies now. I had 16 of the red stuff.
Let's go.
Nobody needs 16 of the red stuff. You need 15. So let's go. We will get what is like the highest rarity? There is not
200. You mean like the color or the number?
Well, the number is alright as well. It's 200 here.
Yeah, I mean it looks like it's tending to 200. Okay. I reckon the max would be 200. Yeah.
Okay, we'll see. Well, I will obviously get that. And
go for it.
I think I didn't even get like the equivalent of B tier.
No, I've never had a B tier on my account.
I have decent C tiers. I have like C tiers that are close to B tiers from what I've seen. But
C tiers was 1 stat very high. I mean, that's all you need, right? There's only 1 stat you care about on those star spawns.
I mean, that's decent. 119 fixed attack, 115 dodge offset. That's a decent upgrade.
Yeah, that's good. That's much better. It's an improvement.
Well, we take that.
But I get 140.
That's like not the green B tier that I want.
No,
so
we have to do that again. You need 140 or higher.
Yeah, definitely. That's not it. That's not it. That's worse than the first one. 109.4, 108.
I mean, getting above like a yellow is not that common. Right?
It really
it's just like doing summons, honestly. Like
yeah,
awakening. Sorry, I call it summons. Awakenings.
But yeah, and we don't really have a lot of something. And I think they balanced it for like a time when you have everything maxed and start doing summons every single season.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I mean, like for my resources on Star Spawns, it should not be too far off that at the end of a season, all that stuff can just go on cookies.
Yeah.
So I think not this arc, but next arc, all the base materials will go on cookies.
That's insane already that you had so much stuff. Like, I was lacking with it. Yeah. I mean, the first Void arc that released, I couldn't even do it properly.
Oh, really? Okay, because it was a new account?
I had 14 E5s. And
okay, that's close though, right?
Yeah, that was close. That was to my advantage, quite close. But I was a noob back
because there was not a lot of people with 15 E5s when the first Void arc released. I mean, you could, if you had 15 E5s, you could miss a day or two and still end up easily in the top 50.
Yeah, but I did like I remember I think I did the first two and I was super bad.
Yeah.
Not even like because of the heroes I had, just because the strategy was so bad. And I finished every single area, and then there were some people that did better. And it was luckily I was
because nobody knew the strategy the first time. I remember that.
No. Yeah. But I still was like place 3,000, something like that.
Oh wow, okay, yeah.
So yeah, it was quite.
Yeah, I think I got number 1 on the first season. I never did it again.
So unexpected. Oh, we get some rewards. 45 core shards, Jesus, that's something.
That's good.
We take that. I think with that, okay, I still have to get some stuff below here. I didn't have the...
45, you need the 55 still, right? I think the next one I do, I get the 55 to make it.
There's no 55.
Wait, is that 45 the last one?
45 is the last one. You get like 20, 35, 45 last one.
Yeah,
and that's 100 in total. I used the other two already, though. I used them and just max some other stuff. I'm currently collecting for SQH core, so... Yeah, I mean, I could use 45 and then I would have 60, but it doesn't really matter.
In case anyone thinks that I can't see what Wraec is doing, it's delayed by about 15 seconds.
15? I mean, like...
Yeah.
But for them, it's... I think you should get it earlier than the stream, still. Which is a little bit... The stream has a higher delay, I think, than you.
The stream has a higher delay than but I'm watching the stream. Should I be watching somewhere else?
You are watching on YouTube?
Yeah. Oh, is it actually on the...
I'm streaming it on Discord to you.
Oh, as well? I didn't realise. Okay. Awesome. Watch stream. Let's have a look.
I think that should be like...
Let's have a look.
That should be more like on time. So like I'm now leaving the window.
Okay. Okay, that's much better. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I was. Now
I was confused. I was like,
when
does Discord have a delay?
Oh, my tech knowledge is so bad. Okay.
How many core 6 you got on the Jade bags? Oh, I have no idea. How many core 6 do I have on the Jade bags? Bonus route. No, it's like fortune note. I got like 1, 2, or from the Jade bags. Can we even see that still? What I got? It doesn't show.
No, you can't see historically. No, you've got to take a screenshot of it when you do it.
Yeah.
From the JPEGs, no, you can see on the fortune post or fortune notes. Sorry, fortune notes.
Yeah, those numbers they show. Yeah.
Yeah, those are all the JPEGs you got.
Oh, those. Oh, I thought you get like the rewards from the Jade Rabbit bags, and those are on top.
No. These are the awards you've already got,
okay.
And the bonus rewards will be when the numbers come out, and it will show you the multipliers. The interesting thing is if you upgrade your multiplier afterwards, the bonus rewards increase. They should do.
Okay, so if I get like ×5, then I get 5 times the rewards once they pull my number. So
exactly.
We have ×5, so that's good.
So you can actually start working out what numbers you really want, because obviously if you got 1 year with only master toolboxes, you're not that interested.
But I can't really do anything to get the number I want, right?
Oh no! Of course no. It's just pure luck.
All is like you were counting. Yeah, okay, I will count. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 6. So I mean, like, if every number comes up, I get like 30 of those.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Well, that's nice. That's nice, Jesus. I take that. I mean, like, that is really insane for rewards. if you throw like 4K on it and you get like times 10 and you have 1,000 JPEGs.
Oh yeah, if you max it out, yeah. But I mean, the maths on maxing it out. I think you can go for the 100 multiplier, so your times 10 multiplier, and argue that as financially viable. But if you're maxing it out, it's because you want to have like the most CI maps or the most things possible. But it's not financially
It's never financially a good decision.
Yeah.
Not even in one pack is financially a good decision.
Yeah. But yeah, if you just want it because it's available, then yes, you can go way past max.
But imagine how many rerolls for star spawns you could get when you max this event.
Yeah, I mean, it's cookies, right? So how much should you pay for a cookie? Cookies are worth a lot of money, right? Everybody wants a cookie.
Money, cookie mafia. Yeah. How much do you get? Wait a second. This is, and you can do this, and if you get those,
you get 2 per orange.
You get 4 per orange.
Is it 4?
You get 2 per red. You get 4
2 per red,
orange.
Yes, okay.
And if you get times 10 reward and you get one of those orange things, you get 40 cookies.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
That's insane.
What can you do with 40 cookies? You might even get a green.
That would be possible. But yeah, imagine how insane that is. And you just max all of that stuff out and...
Don't tell me it's insane, because I don't want to end up spending past times 10. That's not happening. I'm disciplined. I'm not going past times 10. That's stupid.
We had something with those star spawns before when I told you that's so insane when you reroll this and you put the 1,000 gems in there and it took 5 minutes and you had all your gems were gone.
Yeah. It wasn't the intention to have them all maxed straight away. No. Well, not maxed, but all out straight away.
But it was fun.
So it was fun.
I guess that's important.
That's what the game was about. If you can't have fun, what is the point?
Yeah, really. I think so. If it's just a grind, then it's no fun.
Yeah, exactly.
It's no fun at all. So I think we did that stuff. We still have the A-tier core. Shall we do the A-tier core first? That is
on Amazon?
On Amazon, yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Let's do that. So there will be a slight black screen for you guys. When fully maxed out homeowner Elena test. Oh, that will be difficult. I think I have some... I mean, we could do some stuff. I have 35... Oh, 1 second. Before I forget that. Conversion. 12. 3.7 million stellar. Yeah, okay. I had to get my 3.7 million stellar for a second.
I guess that's important.
Yeah, before I forget that and run around with those spheres wondering where I get my stellar. So I will switch the game quickly. I think you can still see my screen, but the stream shouldn't.
Okay.
Okay, we can close that. And then switch to the Amazon server. YouTube is always telling me to put up ads here. No, stream can't see anything. That is important.
Yeah, because there's some dodgy information that comes on the on some of these screens.
Yeah, but on this stream especially, I think you shouldn't see that too, because that's like the Amazon login for my Amazon account.
Yeah, exactly. There's all the login details and but you switch accounts and the emails. The amount of things you can accidentally show on stream, it's crazy.
Yeah, and that is a topic that.
And you're watching Pornhub in the background, and suddenly it comes to the front. I mean, it's terrible, right? All the things
that happen so often.
Yeah.
We will just open it central. We'll now open the A core. I just have to download the update on Idle Heroes while streaming to 2 different sources. So I'm pretty happy I got good internet here, which isn't common in Germany actually. But
what's your download speed on your internet?
500 megabit.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah. Mine is 40 or 35. I think it's terrible.
Yeah,
but I kind of live in the countryside.
Yeah, me too. But
yeah.
we
Oh, you live in the countryside and you have 500? You can fuck off, man.
Yeah, we got an upgrade there. We worked together with a company here in the village, and they made it for the entire village. And we have 500 download and we have 500 upload as well.
Sorry, you have a community village project for your internet?
Well, the government organized it. But it's.
But then you all paid in. So you get like what, a T1 line?
The way it's not T1 line. The way this works, it's the company's
no
called
T1 line. I meant sorry, not
T1
T1
line. Oh, no idea. The company is called Deutsche Glasfaser. And what they basically do is they come to your village and they say they will make. What's it called? Glass fiber? No idea.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and they will make that, but you have to get a certain amount of contracts with them. And the contracts,
Right.
I mean, they are a little bit more expensive, but
How long do they last for? The
2
contracts?
years, I think.
Is that it?
Yeah.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, and they had to get like I think 30% or something, and once they got above the threshold, they made this for the.
Well, how many people in your village?
13,000.
Okay, that's reasonable. Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, it was really.
But actually, in Germany, you also have some villages that do community solar power projects as well, right?
Yeah, they do a lot of stuff. Yeah, I mean, as a village in Germany,
I like that.
It's like I know, I figured. In Germany, it's like the village just rules in their area, so they can basically do whatever they want.
Is that because like a lot of people who live in the village are like they're very powerful people on the local councils?
No, that's like German law. The communities, the authorities in villages and cities are pretty mighty here in Germany, so they can do a lot of stuff without asking the government. They obviously have to stick to the laws, but outside of the laws, they can just say, okay, we will do a solar power thing or something like that.
So like a village of 13,000 people doesn't have to answer to a district or anything like that?
They have, but only in certain topics.
Right, okay, gotcha.
Not in every regard. Sandro, you should visit Switzerland for 10 gigabyte internet even on the land side.
10 gigabyte.
10 gigabyte, Jesus. See, that's faster than your internet.
Wow, I'm really a snail.
I mean, like for streaming, that's certainly nice. The nice thing is it's like 500 megabit download and upload. So upload. It's 500 megabit.
Oh, go away.
And that's why it's no problem for me to stream to 2 different sources. I could add like 4 more. It would be
don't show off now. Come on. It's not becoming.
By the way, guys, I actually cleared the fire, but I was too lazy to film it. So, that's the achievement.
That happens. I empathize with that.
Okay, we need a Vulkan copy, I think, because I don't have one. But I have a chest, and I hope it includes it. It does probably.
Does it? It might do
at the bottom.
No, go to the bottom.
It does not.
Oh no, not quite.
It does not. It does not. We have to solve that problem now. How do we solve that?
Summoning 500 profit orbs on Light Dark.
Do we have Stellar? We have 9 Stellar. That's not good. Profit ops on Light Dark, I think that's an option. Not particularly good. I don't know. I didn't think of it. I saw this chest and I thought, like, okay, that will.
Yeah. No, it's not guaranteed.
It is not guaranteed. But wait, I have an idea.
What about the current event? Is there any way of getting a chest from the current event cheaply? That has Vulkan? I haven't looked, but
I mean, it's Amazon servers. We don't really need cheap stuff.
You don't want to spend at all, right? Normally,
I spend on Amazon account, but like
really?
Usually only when it's really worth it, like Soul Awakening session or some stuff. Then we go in there and we get some copies. I showed you the copies, but like that is what we do. I don't really see a proper way going forward with this. One way, I have an idea. I have an idea what we do, but we have to get a little bit lucky with it. Wait a second. Let me get that. We have 5 cores. And if we go here and enter the code, Blessing 23.
Because Vulkan's on the core now, isn't he?
He is on the core. We just did cores and we got him. I'm not sure if I summoned the other core. So that is another option. We won't do rogue squads.
I have 420 cores to do myself.
Now you are flexing.
I mean, Stream will appreciate that I have 420 cores.
That is true. That is true. Stream will appreciate that. I'm pretty sure. So that was something we did. And now we have 10 cores and we can try to get them in the Gate of the Void. Where we already said. That is nice. Did I expect that? We do 10 bomb and we will get the Vulkan.
10 bomb, brave. Like, ugh.
Bad.
Come on.
I mean, we have to solve that somehow. Is there any good solution? We can get more cores, but like,
I mean, what is really, really annoying is that with a heroic summoning event that they didn't put it in the altar. They should have put a Vulcan copy in the altar. I mean, that was just... I don't know why they didn't do that.
I have no idea, but they put it in for Glorious Relics, so I just got one with Glorious Relics now.
Ah, it's in the Glorious Relics. Okay, cool.
Yeah, problem solved. Okay, I didn't want to spend more time figuring this out. This is stupid. I will play this account later on. It's mainly for the summon now. Though I think I want to record that summon separately so I can cut it into another video later. Yeah, let's do that. So guys, 8-tier summon. Do you want to see the odds? I think I can show the odds. So, Vulcan. That's a free sum, that doesn't matter, we saw that in your video. And those are the odds. 98.005% chance for an A, 1.5% for an A+, and S and above is 0.5 basically. So...
Bad? S and above.
S and above? 0.5. Yeah, I think it's... I mean, that's still... Well, it's not going to happen, let's be real. That's going to be an A.
Come on, it's going to happen.
It's going to happen?
It's going to happen.
A+ attack. Yeah, that is something Devilman is right about that. Devilman said A+ attack. I mean, think that is the thing we would reasonably hope for. A+ attack. That would be huge. I mean, like in general, just not a bad attack. Though, bad attack on Vulcan isn't too bad in that sense. It's like, if you get bad speed, that is way worse, I think. For PvP at least. So, B- attack, Skylo. Yeah, not going to happen. So what do you think, Jesus?
S on everything.
S on everything?
Three orange comments, let's go.
I never got an orange comment.
Yeah, let's go. Three orange comments. Shoot for the sky.
I did 2 A+ course already and didn't get an orange comment.
SSS I know, but this is different because now you're not expecting it.
No, you're not expecting it. Okay, I mean, like, yes. S attack, B+ health. I could live with that. So write your suggestions in the comic or your... What did I say? Okay, there was no right word in that sentence. Write your guesses in the chat. 3S and the comment A+, that doesn't work. Still better than A on B-. Yeah, I think that's true. Like, if you get like an A and then it's not A+. Devilman, let's get that A+ attack with the $20. Then thanks, mate. Thanks, mate. Well, I sure hope you're right, mate. I sure hope you're right. 3rd time's the charm? That might be the case.
If not, you can spend that $20 on a couple of beers.
Yeah, that's true. But I have to pay taxes on that, sadly. That is not...
I understand.
That is a little bit of a problem, but... yeah.
That's why I didn't say a round of beers.
It'll still be some beers. So that is
some
rather
beers.
nice. Daiko says E+. Why do we even have this guy in the guild? That was your decision. You even made him an official.
Did you say B+?
E+.
I did make... Daiko is an amazing official, come on.
He's
like,
an amazing...
How many times has he reminded you about IDA and you had no clue it was ending that day?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, that's happened to me multiple times.
But
I mean,
he did that when I was in Paragon too.
Daiko is like so on the ball. It's crazy.
Yeah, but he did that when I was in Paragon too.
I mean, I wasn't in Paragon, so I didn't know how on the ball he was with these things. It's pretty good.
I mean, when Paragon still existed, I would have poached you. Would have been alright. But I think Daiko was just there to poach other people. Though, then again, people assume...
But how long was he in Paragon for? Because he was in District, right?
I have no idea how long he was there. At one point, he was kicked basically when I left the guild. Or, well, I didn't really leave the guild. I was kicked from the guild as well. So,
gosh.
Yeah, it was basically because I announced that I was going to leave, and then they said like, okay, we now want to discuss merge stuff, so out you are. Though okay. I thought that was a little bit harsh. I think like I was in the guild for over a year and did like all of this stuff, so I thought it was a little bit harsh that they kicked me. Like, that's ungrateful. But story from the past. We can talk about that for a long time.
I mean, they didn't know that you were going to flame them on YouTube afterwards.
Wait a second.
Now they're really regretting it.
I'm just noticing we are omega stalling. So I think
we have a big event. Come on,
but we have to do like an A awakening at one point.
But you're waiting for the timestamp to be perfect. That timestamp has to be perfect, and then you get the S.
I mean, we have to get that video to 8 minutes, right? But I have some other videos from other people that did summons.
8 minutes is the magic number.
Yeah, I think there was like at 8 minutes there was like the point where you could set your advertisement more freely. Though I never used that.
No, I don't do that. No. Well, I don't think I've had a video that long. Well, I might have done once, maybe an account.
But you are YouTube
account
partner,
overview.
right?
What's that?
Are you YouTube
A
partner?
YouTube. Yeah, I'm a YouTube partner. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, but I did. There's adverts at the beginning, but I don't put adverts in the middle.
I just said that, and that's all right. So I think now we are going to summon that S tier that people said, not the E plus that Daiko said, and I think it's just about the time that we click that button. So let's see.
Come on, the orange. Come on, the orange. Oh, that's orange.
There's
No,
nothing orange.
no.
There's nothing orange. It's red.
It's so close. I thought I saw a bit of orange at the beginning. I was like,
we can do
quite
that.
excited.
We can do that. I mean, 6/6 for an A tier, A plus HP. We got A tier speed, and we got precision armor break giant killer.
Oh, you got giant killer straight away. That's nice.
With precision and armor break.
You want skill damage though, don't you? How many hammers do you have?
None.
Really? You used them all on what?
Obviously.
What did you use them on?
I mean, like I have
Your Aspen? Oh, the Mockman.
I have
maybe.
Mockman and I have Aspen. I did go for Aspen for some time, got Giant Killer Defy Holy Damage for solo carry, that's quite nice. And then I went for the Mockman and I got the skill damage control precision Giant Killer.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, the skill damage, yeah.
Yeah, but
yeah,
I'm
you
not
want
sure. Maybe it
three,
reset.
yeah.
Maybe it reset. I'm not up to date with that. Let's check that out.
Well, actually, I don't know whether you'd want to re-roll
52
the...
hours. 52 hours.
Oh, that's close.
That's really close.
Yeah.
Caught the Giant Killer. Good copy. Yeah, no luck on the... In that sense that we got like a better copy. But I mean like 6.6k. That sounds rather high for A tier. Is that high for A tier?
I think it's about fair, no?
That's like not really high. 7. You can get 7.199, so it's not really that high. So we got like a mid-roll, low-roll-ish on attack, pretty low-roll-ish on speed, and obviously a high roll on the HP. But I think like with these stats, that's all right. I mean,
the roll on it was the most important thing. It was like the roll on Arto's SS copy.
Yeah,
like having like all offensive stats. I mean, it's hard to complain about that. You can't.
I mean, like
with
I know the pain. I know the pain that rerolling can give you, and with like, with, like the SS,
I mean, to reroll better than that is very hard, actually.
Yeah, and I think on my account I wouldn't.
Yeah.
On Amazon we will.
Yeah.
Because like the next hammers, I won't reroll that Mockman. I think Mockman is fine. It's like 200 skill damage. It's giant.
I mean,
killer.
skill damage is great, but like you'd also want a triple.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends how many hammers you have. I mean, they should give us more hammers so we can have fun with these rerolls.
Yeah,
like 20 is just too small.
I think so too, and I would have loved actually for them to add a way to have more than one roll. Just
yes, like stones. Yeah. But then obviously, if you do that, they're thinking that you can buy like multiple copies.
Yeah, that's another thing. I think. Yeah. I mean, you don't do that usually.
But then it's interesting because if you did do that and you actually you bought a stone and you paid gems, you unlocked another slot. If you sold it on the auction house, would it then keep both slots if you did that? And then you'd have to display that as well.
I think displaying that was the point where I've a little bit discarded the idea because I thought like, that's a little bit weird. But honestly, if they add a lot of hammers and they just say, okay, when you sell the copy, the other two rolls get discarded unless you take it out of the auction house again.
Well, maybe actually what you can do is if you're selling it, then you have to choose which roll you want to sell it with.
Yeah,
that would be reasonable.
Better. That would be even better, yeah.
Yeah, that would be a reasonable solution.
But then again, I think, what would be a reasonable amount of hammers to sell on the auction house? Guys, what do you think in chat? You can write it in chat. What would be a reasonable amount? If you have some A-tier heroes, you know the pain. If you don't, maybe you know the pain too. How many hammers do you think they should sell in the auction house? What do you think? Do you think they should put them in events? Because that is something I heard a lot. Oh, maybe we lost him. Not quite sure.
That's just a delay, no?
Okay,
just
was that delay? Okay, but did you hear the question? regarding how many hammers they should sell in the auction house, and
here we go. Here's the answers coming.
The answers are coming. Okay.
50, 40, 50.
Yeah, but what's your opinion on the topic, Jesus?
Me?
Yeah.
600. If you ask me my view, I'm going to be quite high, but
600.
I mean, like something like 100 would be nice. So you have like 20 or 30 to roll on 3 to 4 different heroes. That would be quite nice.
Okay, we have like 40 from Devilman, then like Hamad and
because people can't even consider rolling on a B. Like if they have a B plus. It just feels like a waste to use hammers on it, and like you should be able to use a hammer on a B plus. I mean, why not?
It is a waste if you have an A tier hero. If you B plus,
if you have an A, but
no waste.
But it's because we don't have many hammers. But if we had 100 hammers, then you could say, okay, I'm going to use a hammer on my B plus that I spent $200 on, maybe if it's an amazing B plus copy. Why not? Like you've got like A tier attack on it. And you want to, or A speed maybe for PvP, and you want to get like good stats. Like, why should it feel like a waste for you to hammer roll that?
I kind of hate more that I have like heroes I have to focus on. I have to focus on my main on Mockman. I have to get a proper Mockman roll. I have to get like proper SFX roll. And then there are some heroes I would love to reroll, but that isn't going to happen. For example, I bought mainly for a talent, I bought a Mystic Fairy Freya. An A- Mystic Fairy Freya was a pretty weird copy on the auction house with like 7.3k attack, and somebody thought it would be a great idea to roll Giant Killer on that thing. Which I don't think is a great idea. I would rather have something like a DR Divine Block Control Immunity. That would be something I would like.
It's funny though, Freya can sometimes do some crazy damage.
Yeah, if you put her in Daiko's team and it amplifies the damage over time.
Yeah.
Okay, but we saw that now. I think I will switch back. So that is invisible. Yeah, but I saw that too. I fought Daiko a lot, and sometimes it was like she was his main damage dealer, which I consider that quite weird.
Yeah. She ends up doing more damage than Holmes quite a bit. Yeah, it's quite crazy.
Well, it was also because his Holmes was CC'd all the time.
That's the way to deal with Holmes.
Yeah, it is. It's like he can never attack, but if he does like a basic, he already starts amplifying the damage from the basic.
Yeah.
And he can also
and then the clock ticks, right?
Yeah,
the clock ticks
exactly
before the end of the fight, so you need to be quick.
Yeah, and you don't have a lot of time unless.
But you know, Vulcan is a huge changer for that. Like Vulcan on your team against Holmes, like. Vulcan can end things that would not normally be ended. So when fighting Holmes teams seems a lot cleaner with Vulcan now. Vulcan is very anti-Holmes.
He does a lot of damage and he hits them down.
But he takes them out because you can hit them down, but then they never go out. But Vulcan will take them out, and then it's game over.
Yeah, exactly.
Because once you start the key parts of the Freya. Visa and Holmes trifecta. If you take one of them out, it begins to fall apart.
Yeah, exactly. I think I tried Vulcan a bit when I have this A tier copy which isn't very beautiful, but it's A tier, A minus. So I used that for a bit.
I had an even worse copy than that, and it was but it was 4.8 attack, but I had 3 offensive stats. And the damage was huge.
Yeah, the damage was huge on this one as well. And I had full sublimations and everything on it. That was really huge. And I killed him quite a lot with it. Though the stupid thing was when I switched my team around and used like Valentino against him, that worked better.
Well, it's just more CC. Right? I mean, Vulcan has some CC, but like it's not big.
Yeah, I made a video, but I made like a video with Starring Jaracore, and then I used LFA, and then I used the Valentino that you can see.
Yeah, but your Valentino copy is stupid.
Yeah, of course it is stupid. And it was also too expensive for a Valentino copy, but I still bought it.
But how much you paid for that?
I think it wasn't 2K, somewhere below that. So it wasn't
2K.
I think it was less than 2K actually.
Really?
718, something around that.
I mean, that's really good.
It's useless. It's useless. Usually you would say
What
it's
do you
useless.
mean? I mean, that's great. Like control immunity offset, and I mean that's
Yeah, it's the
I,
it's the best B plus.
I would pay 1.8k for that. Come on, haven't you got 6.7 speed? It's a perfect Valentino copy.
Yeah, it's the perfect.
It's worth more than 1.8k.
I think so too, but nobody
Yeah.
bought it. It was like in the auction house.
It's alright. I mean, if you want, you can sell it to me for 2.5k, but you know you won't because
No, I
you know
don't.
it's worth.
Because I love it.
Yeah, you won't sell it, right? So it's obviously worth more because two people think it's worth
Yeah.
2.5k, and it's worth more than that. So
I don't really want to lie to you. We can check my
exactly.
We can check my bad decision.
No, I believe you. I believe you. I mean, you get bargains if you're paying attention all the time on the auction house.
Let's check my bad decisions. Maybe it was more.
Oh my god, your decision is horrible. Oh my god,
see?
why would you buy that?
It was less. 1,599.
That's good. That's good. That's a good buy. That's a good buy.
And nobody looked
And
at
it
this
was pre-rolled, right? I mean, you wouldn't spend a
Yeah,
roll on
it was
right?
it was with this row. This exact row. So that was
Very
one
good,
part of the
very
reason I
good.
bought it, yeah.
Yeah.
So-
That's the main reason, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Well,
I mean, like, I buy perfect copy, but I wouldn't have never have hammered to actually reroll the Valentino. That is part of it.
Yeah, I
which
mean,
just talked about.
that's why we need 100 hammers so we can
Yeah.
like experiment. I mean, the problem with the game at the moment is it doesn't let you experiment easily. Like,
No, not at
you
all.
know, the amount of like costs and like obstacles to like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I've got this idea and this team might work, and then you're like, well, it's going to cost me like 30 purple stones, like 6,000 gems, and it just deflates you from like being experimental about things, and it's bad for the game. Like they really need to reduce the amount of obstacles to play testing so people can come up with new ideas and make PvP a bit more vibrant. You know.
Yeah, we went from the point where it were just a bunch of gems that we had to use to experiment with something to the point where we basically had to wait for multiple events, complete those, and then have a chance to actually do anything.
Yeah, exactly. Because then you need to get sublimations on everyone. It just gets stupid. I mean, but even before, like the amount of gems is too much. I mean, and adding more stuff to stop people switching copies. I mean, I lose the plot on like on why would you try to restrict the community from having fun with new ideas?
I don't get that as well. I mean, like even the Valentino thing, in a sense. That was still rather easy to do. I just had to get the hero to V4. He can't be homeowner, so that's nothing. But if I really wanted to make a competitive team and see if he can be competitive in a way, which I don't think, but it's for the fun.
His CC chance isn't bad. I think it was comparable to Flora, if you work it out. And
It's
was
not
your
bad.
was your role? I mean, it would definitely be better than base Flora. And the nice thing about Valentino is obviously stuns, right?
Yeah.
Which compared to like all our very high CC chances, it's a new type of CC, right?
Yeah,
Unless you use
it adds another CC on top. That's why it was so good.
Yeah,
to
exactly. It's a
because
different
you could
layer.
CC him, and he would just stay CC'd. Yeah, 3 or 4 CCs to get rid of, and that.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's 30%. It's 30% for the basically Starwing Jaracore effect that he has.
Yeah.
He has
What were we using him with a Receptor or?
Yeah, I used 3 receptors on that.
So that's Receptor plus that's a 45% chance on that. Plus you had your offset from that. Plus you have your offset from your star spawns.
Wait, do I have a receptor somewhere?
That's 24% precision. I mean, when you work out the actual percentages, it ends up not being too bad.
Yeah, we have 50% control precision here, and then we
That's
have another
24 on the copy.
Yeah, another 20.
So that's 74.
Well,
so then you're what's 1.74 times 30, right?
Well, we would hope so, but sometimes they add the things together in a weird way.
No, I think it will probably be 1.74 times 30 in that case.
Yeah, which isn't too bad. And then we have all the control immunity offset. We have like 9% here. Then we have the one from the here we have 30%, and then we have the star spawns as well. And star spawns nowadays, I mean, like you get the mage boost.
You rolls on your mage star spawns now.
I have decent rolls on them. I mean, like we have this one. This is like this is Abyss Mage, so we have mage on here, so it's another 30%, and we have 12.9% from the 161 roll here.
Yeah, that's lovely. That's really nice.
And then we have the mage star spawn, which is another 50%, and we have 16.8 here, so that's another 24.
Yeah.
So that's again 140. So we have 24 here, and here we have what is that? Ballpark 16%, something around that.
He's mage as well, of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
so he's getting another 30% on top
Yeah.
of that, and he gets 50% on the other one, right?
Yeah, so it's like 40%, something around there.
Yeah.
40% CI offset on top of the 30% from the Rui sub there, on top of the 9% that he already has. So yeah, that's like
pretty decent. That gets rid of a lot of people's control immunity.
Yeah, and that's why he ended up really working and CCing stuff. The only thing I really hate, and that is like a weird stuff they did with all the heroes, they didn't give him a basic. He has no basic.
Is it literally 0 basic? He doesn't do anything?
It's when there is no skill adjusting the basic attack, it's deal 100% damage against slot roll.
Okay, so he does do something, but it's just...
He does attack, and...
It's just a nothing thing.
Yeah, he does attack. I didn't check if he actually triggers his own passive. That is something I didn't check. He has the active skill is nice. Stun stuff. 100% chance to stun here. And I mean, like, even the 50% ends up being like a decent chance with all the CI precision that is on there. But having no basic sometimes ended up with him doing like nothing. Because 100%.
Yeah, but given how slow he is, you're bringing him from the passive, basically, right?
Yeah, he can't get homeowner bust. That is something that is really annoying.
Yeah. He's too slow. I mean, like, it's nice having 6-7 speed on the copy, but it doesn't really mean anything, right? But but you're there for the passive, and those stats are really nice.
Yeah, and the good part with the passive is it triggers off allies, so he doesn't necessarily have to be fast. He just sits there CCing stuff. Yeah, and that is really why it ended up working, kind of. But he got one shot by everything, by really everything. Like Ezreal, for example, bam, dead. He got hit instantly into Unbending Will because it's passives. He has pretty decent passive. He has speed on there, stun immunity, so an S tier hero after all.
Yeah, but no DR,
No DR, because they thought they did something else they did with all the heroes a lot of times. He has a passive for that. While below 80% HP, 50% when he's V4 at 60%.
It doesn't help when you go from 100 to 0 directly, right?
It never triggers. I didn't see this passive trigger a single time.
It won't trigger, ever.
And imagine, like, 60% DR, that's a ton.
There's no chance.
Ton, but it never triggers.
Yeah,
it's like the same as with Cruise. Like, never.
Well, Cruise now, but V4 there's a bit more chance, but it's still not great. But yeah.
Devilman, membership for 5 months now. I didn't even know I have the channel for long. Bloody hell, that's insane. But the question is, what's your opinion on LNR and PDE? PDE, I assume, is the Transcendence version of her. LNR obviously is normal hero. It's just the worst version of PDE. Is that the abbreviation?
I mean, I don't know if anyone's going to test the base version of her.
I won't. I thought about it. I won't. It's just worse, Elena. I would have done it if they had released it like a month earlier. Then I would have done
exactly.
And we would have done Broken Spaces with her and all that.
I mean, this would better not be a habit, because it's just stupid if it's a habit.
Yeah, she will just get upgraded to Phantom Defier Elena, and then it will be alright. I think Phantom Defier Elena will be meta changing, honestly. We will have to see if CC teams work the same way they do now, because that is a ton of control.
But I mean, I think CC teams, you have to be fast as hell if you want to keep them, because if you're like fast as half of your opponents, you're going to lose half your fights directly.
And I know that Daiko's now sitting at home thinking about which hero to replace in his team to actually bring her in there.
Yeah, but I think Home's teams, if they want to be competitive, they're going to have to get with speed at some point, because you bring her in, it doesn't really help you against CC teams, because home teams are very slow.
Yeah, they are very slow, which is, by the way, another reason why the Valentino team worked so well.
Mm-hmm.
He is just slow, so nothing to be afraid of, other than, of course, when he dots you, then, you're dead. Yeah. And Jacob, member for 3 months now. Thanks for the membership, mate. If you guys want to get a membership, check that out. It's like there's a link in the description of every single video. You get a bunch of extra videos, some nice stuff in there, and we always try to make some member wishes happen and get some videos out there that you guys care about. And I think it's quite nice now. So I try to get there like a bunch of videos in there that people can't see on the main YouTube channel, so that you guys have to something to watch. So that's quite cool. And now Daiko writes, "Don't worry, already did." He already put her in there. I know it. I mean, he was in the video where he CC'd the crap out of him, and I obviously knew that he can't let that stick to him, and now he has a CC immune team, basically, which is...
Let's have a look. Let's test against Daiko quickly on my account.
I mean, does he have that set?
Probably.
No, that...
Daiko's... of all guild members, Daiko is very good at setting his team.
He didn't set it. I mean, like, if you use...
He hasn't set it?
Daiko! You want to fight it? Set it.
I know, he hasn't said it. Yeah, you're right. He hasn't said
Horrible.
it.
Horrible.
I'm shocked.
Look at that filth. Disgusting. Revolting to look at. I hate fighting that team. It's so horrible. The thing I hate the most about it is like when you get perceptual disorder on one of your heroes and it breaks the skills. That's the worst.
Yeah, but it will be on your... But that's the thing. You've got to make sure if you're fighting that your Starving Jara is not your highest attack. And
yeah. And I think was Sema I think told me that that he made sure that his DTV was like third highest attack or something like that.
Yeah, because DTV is your major weapon against that.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. He only built it in his head. He didn't build it in game.
Mm-hmm.
So useless. So useless, the guy. But we can check out some fights in IDA, maybe. That is something that we can do. Nobody saw Group 6?
No? What happened in Group 6?
Nothing.
Okay.
It doesn't exist. We will look at it. I mean, we have to look at it. My good old guildmate PNW Collect, he is in the final, and he's a good guy, and we will poach him one day. And he fought Sharon, so I mean, we have to check that out. It's no question.
I mean, yeah, for sure. That sounds good.
Jockrock versus No 7. I think I lost to Jockrock in the final once.
Did you?
Yeah.
Jockrock, I used to have an out on the server 51. There was a couple of guilds there. It was a good competition. And I can't remember which guild he was in, but I do remember Jockrock. It's funny that he's still playing.
Looks like Global.
Yeah, now, yeah.
Bad decision made.
Back in the day, he was in a much cooler guild.
It was
much cooler guild.
Oh, okay. Yeah. 525.
This is before like the guild merger time.
He's quite strong. He had a strong team, but I think it was the first time I actually made a video about IDA was when I lost to Jockrock, because I was so annoyed by that loss that I had to check that out and had to check every second to see why I lost. And I ended up doing that and ended up figuring out that he was lucky, but he had a good team. So that was basically the point. And now he's what is he using? So No 7 basically with the fast Starving Jara team that we saw like every single season, but he has good copies. He has an A+ Ferric Investor. I didn't even know that.
He's had a Ferric Visa for a long time, actually.
A+ even.
Yeah, it might be the same copy, but possibly he might have upgraded, because like a lot of copies have been very cheap recently.
And Jockrock basically with the same team we just saw from Daiko. So the good old Star Alchemist Tomes, but he has only Star Alchemist Tomes and DTV actually survived, which means we probably are going to see a huge Doom Terminator Vulcan active.
It's quite interesting putting DTV on the Star Alchemist Tomes team.
Daiko did the same. It works. It's like you, especially when you run a CC team against it, you CC them and you hope like, please don't break out every single turn. Every single time, please don't break out. No. Somebody please CC.
Somebody's going to kill you.
And then like on turn 7, you have every single hero dead on this team, and this guy now gets an active skill and he wipes you. He just wipes the floor with you, and I'm pretty sure we are going to see that right now. I think you should see it on Discord. Yeah, you see it.
Yeah, that might be quite interesting, seeing how many heroes died there.
I will go to 2 speed, which is, I think, 3 speed. What did I say? Okay, lowest life Ezreal. We got the GPF on the Vulcan, just gone quite fast. And already is Freya's gone.
Round 2 on Freya, not bad. Not bad.
That is pretty nice. I mean, like, I think the enemies didn't even attack, so... It seems to have a pretty high Starving Jacob. Oh.
Is that revenge from trying to kill the Visa and the Holmes potions kicking in? It's crazy.
Now he has the perceptual disorder. I mean, the Doom Territor will still CC, but once he breaks out, that is done. That is done. And I think with the you don't win that with the SFX and a Ferric Investor. Because the Ferric Investor
is the fastest.
That was so mean. Did you see that? He just put the perceptual disorder on her through dodge.
Right? But 2 enemies is too much for SFX.
It's too much, but did you see that he just put the perceptual disorder on SFX through dodge? On like turn 5, I think. She dodged, still got perceptual disorder.
Yeah.
I saw that a lot. But now she's not doing anything. Yeah. There it is. But I think that was like...
Holmes at the end still had potions left, right? Which is a big problem.
Yeah, I think. And with 2 heroes, that's like scaling armor to Oblivion, which shouldn't be a problem for SFX, but strangely is.
Yeah.
Like armor ignoring damage. Which was the topic we talked about. Like if 100%
yeah, exactly.
armor
It looks
armor
like she's doing nothing, and like, what's the increase? Armor? Like, it shouldn't affect her, right?
Yeah, it shouldn't. And of course...
But it's funny, I did test her with armor break on Vortex when we had easily testable mobs at some point, and armor break has a tiny impact on her damage, and there's no reason it should, but it does. It's not big, but there is an impact.
That is so weird. Devilman, thanks for joining the stream. Hope you have a wonderful day at work, mate. And if you want to see the rest of the stream, you will find it on the YouTube channel. So yeah, this is weird. I think there is a bug there. I told them, they didn't care. Because I said, like,
I think
be the case.
These days, there's a lot of bugs they're letting slide.
Yeah. I think
especially with cores. A lot of cores say they don't apply to the hero, but they do. But they let it slide.
Yeah, they don't fix a whole lot. I saw their code, though, and it's like, ooh.
You saw the code? Are your eyes okay?
Aika forced me to watch it, and
oh my god!
Yeah, it was
like torture session. I mean, that's borderline kinky. I don't know.
That's usually I have to pay for such stuff, but I had a headache afterwards, and that wasn't that nice.
That can't be good.
Pretty much what we expected here. So, like, I mean, he could have been lucky and CC'd the Doom Terminator Vulcan for the entire time, but I think once that didn't work out, it was basically done. He still won. So
look at that team that won. That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, it's like the main's on its last legs, right? So
that's pretty cool. Let's look at that second team. I mean, like, yes, he won with 2 heroes against the full team, and he had 4 homeowners on that team stack. He built a panda team. That's good.
People think secondary teams don't matter. This is a situation it does. Why are you putting that little bit of extra effort when you build your IDA team?
Yeah, we can look at Group 6 later, and actually went to second teams on me was.
Well, second versus second team.
Yeah.
Ah, nice.
Oh, is that filthy? That's so insane. Like the damage from a single active skill.
I mean, DTV is built to be OP. I mean, it's like
yeah, it really is. I think it's nice though that he has the skin for both of the pandas. This really shows that he put some effort into that team. And then you get actors like that basically do nothing. I mean, he shouldn't even have a ton of ammunition, right? Well, he gets some from the enemies attacking. They just design OP heroes to try and band-aid the bugs? I don't know. Not quite sure. I think like OP heroes are always nice, and I guess they sell better if there is a little bit of hype around it, but I think that's not really the main part of the problem. What do you think, by the way? That was a point I made some videos ago. I said like that one of the things that I don't like in Idle Heroes the most at the moment is when you go into PvE and game modes like Void Campaign, that the damage the enemies dish out is like so insane that no defense mechanic in the game really works against it. That you are forced to use either insane burst or CC to get through.
I mean, the biggest example of that at the moment is Force War, right? If you're going to high levels.
Yeah, they force you to die there basically by just scaling the enemies to oblivion.
Yeah, I mean, you're literally just counting the amount of shields you have when you're making plans for the team.
Yeah.
You assume.
Oh yeah, you mean the boss fights? Okay. Yeah. Perfect example.
Boss fights are high level. Like, I mean, you're counting shields. That's all you're doing.
Yeah. You say like, okay, the distribution will be like this, and there are 16 hits, and I have 4 heroes, so basically that works. And every single hit, disregarding whatever it is, will hit you into Unbending Will. And yeah, I think that is the way campaign will work. It's at 3 levels on there, and we have the stage, the same thing in campaign, where you can't survive any hit.
Yeah, they miss a trick somehow by just scaling stuff without like that.
Yeah, and I think while they are scaling the attack and stats of the enemies, we come to the point where the game itself can't really keep up, where mechanics that were designed to protect you from like 60% of damage no longer suffice.
Yeah.
And
I did have the idea to... so if they do like a new version of campaign, they should scale it purely for like giant killer players. So everybody who's got high-end accounts can like fight for positioning. But every time that somebody clears it, then it gives 1% of giant killer to everybody that doesn't have a giant killer copy.
I think people will hate you for that, but you're right.
Yeah, but it just makes exactly. You start finishing off the leaderboard, and then gradually everybody starts being able to scale normally.
I think the reason they won't do that is because it shows they are kind of
shows how impactful Giant Killer is.
Really, yeah. And it shows that they know that nobody else will clear it before them. Which is of course the case.
Of course, of course the case. I mean, Giant Killer versus non-Giant Killer. I mean,
yes, it's easy.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't make any difference, right? But if you, I'm just thinking of ways where you can make new content, good for like people with end game accounts, but also still interesting for people with non-end game accounts.
Yeah, and they basically started doing that in a sense. I mean, with the buffs they now give to players that didn't clear content when other people did with Holo Campaign.
Yeah, but they're so slow with that Holo Campaign. It's crazy. Yeah, and I think the buffs on Holo Campaign wouldn't be the same as you imagine, like having 50 people completing campaign, and you give everybody 50% of Giant Killer. Like anyone who doesn't have a Giant Killer copy, because obviously 150% Giant Killer is a bit silly. But then that's much bigger buff than they're offering right now, right?
Yeah,
because it's all damage.
I mean, the thing is, the speed helps. You get a speed buff. So
that's true. That's true.
On Amazon, I mean, like I play campaign basically with just LFA, a single hero, and there the speed, I have to say, that really, really helped. And notice when there is an attack buff or there isn't. So that's quite nice. But yeah, of course, Giant Killer would be way more impactful, and I think it would be nice to have that. Especially considering when we get into 5 and 6, I think there will be a long time again where people just won't clear some specific stage. Probably again a stupid stage with either King Barton or Holmes Young.
Yeah. But I think that's the problem, because if we start doing it and have problems doing it, then it means that people have got this new content and they're not going to see it completed for like, I don't know, 6 months or whenever they have.
There is no time.
Yeah, whenever there's a new power creep. But if they have something where people start completing it and then everybody cascades to complete it, I think it would be much more interesting for people.
Yeah.
Rather than waiting this stupid amount of time and suddenly someone random says, now it can be cleared with non-Giant Killer copies, and everybody's forgotten about it.
It's a nice
and
video,
suddenly starts trying it again.
It's slowly. Let's be real.
Exactly.
It's slowly coming. Like now I have an account that has like a 50 million LFA, and then he can clear it with B tier.
And then people start trying it again. But in the meantime, nobody's bothered playing it because they've all given up, right?
Yeah, it's interesting, but I think in that sense, slowly really inspires the people to try again. Which is cool in a way.
Yeah. After enough power creeps.
Yeah. And congratulations to No 7 for the win here. Nice win against Jockrock. Let's watch the fight in Group 2, where Ursema lost against DT.
It was close.
Not
I don't know if it was close. I didn't see the fight. But...
He uses like a homeowner ATD, which is quite interesting. And of course the...
Yeah, DT's team is actually quite fun.
Yeah, it's something else. Like we are,
Yeah.
I mean, if you go through the groups, you are going to see a lot of Starving Jar CC teams and a lot of Star Alchemist Homes teams at the top end. But having something else is quite cool. And obviously, I mean, like it is an account that is catered towards Star Expedition with his S Ferric Investor. I think it was it like 18, 19 million attack, and
Something like that. Yeah, he's got every resident T5, probably 120 at this point. I mean, he is fully invested in the concept of Star Expedition.
Yeah, and yes, obviously has like the S tier Halora, Silence Immune. That helps a lot. So that's quite insane. I'm not quite sure of the role on this Ferric Investor, but yeah, we see a lot of stats on this team. That's the main point. And Ursema running against this, what did he run? He runs like interesting team though. That's not really something common. He has like a Starving Jar here. He has like a Star Alchemist Homes. Then going for the DTV and MFF and SQH. It's not like it's something special.
That's unusual. That's something. I mean, having a Homes core like that is something you might have considered if you have a +8 core.
Yeah.
Because you need like a lot of a lot of charges to be able to support a full 6 trans team.
Yeah, you have nobody that dies.
Yeah, exactly. So you kind of need like +7 or +8 for that to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting though that he has an A- LFA but and an A- SFX, but choose to include none of those into his main PvP team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I mean, with A Homes, it's hard to make them all work together, right? They don't. I mean, SFX and Aspen can clearly work together. You could have made a team with that with a couple of Rogans, and it would have been quite strong.
Yeah, that's right. Interesting though that we found a group where basically 2, I would say, off-meta teams survived till the final to show us that final. Yeah. So that's something I really like.
Did they beat anyone interesting on the way?
Was there anybody interesting on the way? We have failed here, Bloop from my old guild, and Red 7 as well.
Okay.
Red 7 made top 10 and one of the last. What was the game mode even called? I forgot the bloody name. I hate it.
Oh, yeah. Wow, what is it? I mean, it's probably coming in another month, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, no! We've got to do it. Log in every day to do it make sure we don't miss any hits." Oh,
I didn't. Last time I did. I just.
Did you skip the hits?
I skipped. I didn't want to spend like half an hour to an
hour
every evening waiting for somebody so that we could do it again as a group, and I just no. Bloop was this guy has to go to the final one day. He built strong teams. Again with the double Rogan, I think he lost that last time, and I think we just watched the DT fight here. Starland Arena, Daiko says. Starland Arena.
That's it. That's correct.
I said something.
Bam! You see, Daiko's always there with the answers.
Yeah, not such a bad official after all.
Exactly.
Quite nice. We appreciate it. So, main team versus main team. We have DT on the right, Ursema on the left as the attacker. So, I'm pretty eager to see what damage distribution we have here. Just the first active skill from the Ferric Investor already triggering like Unbending Will on the Starving Jar and the MFF. That thing is so huge. It's honestly insane. Honestly insane.
Wow. That's so much damage considering that Home's core is still active and they don't care.
So much damage, yeah. That Doom Terminator was just slaughtered. I mean, that thing is done in the moment the Doom Terminator is gone. And the Ferric Investor skill broke. Do you see that?
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's and here we have it again. They break and then it's like 100% attack damage to slot 1. It's like the basic skills, no longer using the appropriate skill for it. That's something I complained about as well, because that is game breaking, honestly. When they are no longer able to do their basic skills and just do this.
Yeah.
That's not okay. That's really not okay. And they didn't care. They said there is no bug. I said, if that's no bug, then what is it? Certainly a bug. I mean, like, that is again one of the points where you'd wait for him to kill it because it was over like 2 turns ago. But it's just not happening.
Holmes, so powerful.
Nice, okay. Who do you think did the most damage in DT's team?
Let's see. What's this slot 2?
Slot 2 is the Mystic Fairy Freya.
Okay. It's. I didn't watch the whole thing properly. I mean, like, Asmo has a chance of doing the most damage, but normally you would expect Mokman.
Yeah, I would say either Mokman or Ferroquin Vessa. Though I kind of think Ferroquin Vessa. Ferroquin Vessa did some huge hits.
No, Mokman. Come, let's go Mokman. It's got to be Mokman.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It was pretty clear. It was Mokman.
Although Ferroquin Vessa was second and beat Asmo, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah. The only really important thing is that DT...
The thing is, Mokman has a lot of overkill, so the damage always looks crazy.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Daiko said Asmo. Also,
Daiko said Asmo?
Honestly, I thought that Asmo did no damage at all.
But the thing is, like, it would be nice if they actually had proper damage meters, like World of Warcraft style, so you could actually see effective damage rather than like overkill damage, and see which hero is the most effective. Because it can be very different stories. Yeah.
I mean, like in game, when you just watch a fight, you don't even have a good idea of how much damage they do, because they have this. I think it's a bit or a byte they have for storing the damage, and it rolls over like 20,000 times, and then it shows 50 million or something, which is not right at all. That's just a little bit stupid. But interesting to see those two teams fight against each other. Of course, I mean, like if we just compare the juice on each team, then it's a lot more for DT, obviously. It's just a bigger whale at this point. And he won and just had the better team. So congratulations to DT. When are you finally going to join OP, mate? It's really time. I promise you, we are going to make a lot of fun about Ace. You are going to do more damage than him, and I'm going to tell him that you do more damage about him. And that will be quite a lot of fun. It will be more fun than being in core.
It won't be fun for Ace, though. I don't think he will enjoy it.
He can take it.
I mean, he'll have to take it. He has no choice. But
he has no choice, but he would.
He won't enjoy it.
That is all right. So, I mean, that's even filthier group than Group 6.
Well, how many teams has Daiko submitted, do you reckon?
More than one, which I think is progress.
More than one? You checked already?
Yeah.
You obviously checked.
I wanted
first thing you checked. What did that Daiko do?
Yeah, I clicked through the groups and I saw Daiko, and I thought, like, oh, did he do it again? And I saw, oh, he didn't. He actually. I
can't be shocked on stream again.
I think he was just scared of me murdering him, because I announced that I'm going to do it. He saw the video of me murdering him with the Valentino team, and then he was just scared that he is going to be the one guy losing to Valentino. Didn't happen, mate. Didn't happen. But
yeah, that would be quite bad.
Would be fun. That would be fun. He won against Daddy Donk. With the S
Donkey's team.
Yeah, with the S tier Mokman, which is still funny to me.
That is hilarious. Is there any other A tiers apart from the S tier Mokman?
No. It's like an E minus. It's just fun that he sold the account, and like the first screenshot that he sees from it, like after a week, is that the guy summoned an S tier Mokman on it. That was just hilarious.
There's so many appropriate memes to that.
Yeah. I was afraid of the others. Who are you afraid of, Daiko? Afraid of the others like Jesus? You lose. Do you win against Daiko?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I think you win against everything, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, like, against Arto, it's whoever goes first, but yeah, most things. I mean, I can still lose matches, but...
well, yeah, I don't certainly win against you. You're just faster.
Yeah, it's rare, yeah.
So
yeah, you need like a real combination of things to happen to lose.
It's funny that he lost no hero in the main fight here. But then a few steps further down, he lost his Ezreal to just some BS team. Which is part of the reason I now have like a few teams, or one team at least, or maybe two teams ahead of my main team. Just so that
get rid of Daiko's Ezreal.
To get rid of Daiko's Ezreal, really. So let's watch it. I mean, like, I don't want to. It's Daiko team. It's always the same. We use the same team for like 6 months now, I think. I mean, it's a strong team. It's a strong team. Can't say nothing. C got lucky there. Didn't get CC'd. Puny Daiko. The thing is, if you now look at it, you think like, oh, it's not looking good for Daiko. And in like 5 rounds, he will still win.
That's crazy, right?
Astral is just suicide. He dies even if it's raining, says Daiko. And we have another broken basic skill.
But you want Azrael dead, so you just hope that he comes back to life before the end.
I mean, the mean thing... Oh.
Wow.
This last hit that has to...
Round 3.
Yeah, round 3. I mean, that last hit that he did, like, just to snap the life of the Star Alchemist Holmes down into Unbending Will. That just had to be there.
Yeah.
Insane. It's like, is one attack just murdered the enemy team? Yeah, of course you want the LDA dead. No questions asked. Once he's dead, he inflicts 100% reduced effect of being healed on the enemy, and that's just bonkers. That's really just bonkers. But, like, if we... A lot of people now were talking about how insane it was that the new Transcendence Zero core inflicts healing curses on all of the enemies. Like, just if you look at this fight, there isn't really too much advantage of healing of healing curses, because those heals, apart from the Ferric Investor heals, they were mostly from the core from Star Alchemist Homes. And those are small heals, and I don't even know if that... I don't even think that triggers healing curses. So that wouldn't change anything. I think healing curses now are a lot weaker than they were before.
Well, apparently the healing curse is 50% rather than 100%.
Yeah, it's even a weaker healing curse.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you want to kill an SFX, it doesn't really matter. She just heals too much.
But I think healing curse originally didn't apply to monsters, and passives from...
No, it doesn't apply to monsters, yeah.
Yeah.
Monsters and some other stuff, but I think I tried it... against GPF, I wanted to see if GPF is considered a heal, but it isn't. And I think it does now triggers on Ferric Investor, obviously, when she's healing, but it's just like the classical heals that it triggers on. And that's not a whole lot, so it's really not that useful. It will be pretty bad against Massive X, though. But yeah, solid win from Daiko. Not too much fancy stuff to see here, but it's just a solid, delivered, as expected. He won the group, and yeah. Not much else to say.
Business as usual.
Business as usual. That it is. But it was fancy in a way. He got a good Doom Terminator Vulcan actor, so it was over quickly, and we got to see something fancy and shiny, so it's good. I don't complain. Was one of the better wins of Daiko I watched in the last 24 seasons.
24 seasons?
Yeah. And he's like in every season. I have to watch a fight.
Yeah, he's got a great record.
Kenshin versus Spilf. Spilf, by the way. Let me check that out. That guy, that is my Espen. That is the Espen that I bought for like 11k. The Super Sheep Espen. And I sold that and he bought it. And I was pretty happy that somebody from Renegade actually got it.
Nice.
And that he went to the final with that is even better. And Norman was here. I lost to Kenshin. So what's Kenshin running? Last team. Okay, that is Starwing Jara CC with Mockman Burst and DTV to back it up, I guess. Well, looks solid, I would say. Looks solid. Just one rogue.
One Rogan works, I mean.
Yeah, one Rogan works. I mean, it would be slower than other Jara CC teams, but I mean, like, if you replace a Rogan with a homeowner Doom Terminator Vulcan, there is not much wrong with that. So, yeah. And then we have Spilv, and he is running a pretty solid Starving Jara CC without Rogans this time, so it will be a little bit slower. Likely will be a little bit slower. And non-home owner Mockman. Which is an interesting decision. He's focusing probably on the Starving Jara and the LFA, so he has got a lot of CC for it. I wonder if it would have been better to go for Rogan instead of the Mockman. To just get this extra little bit of speed. What do you say?
I mean... Yeah, it could work. I mean, it depends how powerful his Starwing Jar is. I mean, it's hard to tell with his... Because he's really got, like, what? 6 6 T5s, and we've already had the ability to get 3 extra T5s, so I'm not sure he's going to have a huge amount of sublimations. So you can't assume that all those heroes are sublimated.
Yeah, you
so,
can't really see it. There is no indicator for that.
Yeah, so if SWJ doesn't have full sublimations, then the Mockman might be necessary for the damage.
But it's not an homeowner Mockman.
It's not even homeowner. Yes,
it's not homeowner.
Yeah.
And that was the point. Like, if you have a damage dealer that's not homeowner, then it's basically just there for CC. It probably mostly taunt the enemies.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty eager to see that. There we have the... Okay, that is like a secondary team.
Mm-hmm.
What is that even? There is the main team. He destroyed like his Star Alchemist Holmes team, and then here is the main team, and that fight he lost. So let's see that. Kenshin on the left side as attacker. Doom Terminator Vulcan is fastest, so he will be the first one to attack on turn 2 likely as well. Yeah. And Mockman is out, and now we just have the Starting Jar. He's at a huge speed disadvantage here. You can clearly see that. I mean, that's just only one
Mockman. Everything at this point, I mean.
Yeah. Okay, there we have it. I mean, it would have been cool. It might have worked if he had like a little bit more speed, but he really lost that to speed at this point. So I guess like maybe as a tip, get a bit more speed on that. Think about if you want to use that Mockman. Maybe Rogan will do you better. And I think
what people see, they see 6 trans teams on the meter, and like you've seen a lot of people copying it, but obviously not every account is ready for 6 trans.
6 trans works best if you are a whale and the rest in 2 copies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then people, it will work for everybody as people get towards full CI. But yes, definitely in intermediate levels, having 1 Rogan or 2 Rogans makes a much better impact.
And it can be dangerous. Honestly, when I see teams with like 2 Rogans, for you it might not be the case because S tier has a lot of more speed, but when I see that, I think like, okay, when he runs a fast Starving Jara with like, basically we can see it on group 6. Wait a second, I can show you that on group 6. I think I fought Woodworks, Woodworks. That can be dangerous. Like if we watch that fight, for example, he had a super fast Starving Jara. And things like that, if he gets proper CC on that hit, that can be over quite fast.
Yeah, because you do nothing round 1, right?
Yeah, he just did Energy Starving Jara, and if you high roll on that, yeah, goodbye. He luckily didn't, luckily for me, that is. But I mean, that could have been really dangerous. So stuff like that can obviously work. Though I prefer if you go for like Receptor and then have a faster hero that runs like Demon Bell or Snowheart to feed the Starving Jar. I saw some teams like that perform very well in the last seasons. But anyway, we were in Group 4. Good win by Kenshin. And nice place too by Spult. I hope you can get champ next time, mate. And I wish you all the best for the next season. So Group 5. Kali versus X. I predicted this outcome, by the way.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Is Kali still running first?
No, apparently not.
No, he moved. Okay.
There's a second team here that has Cruz in there. Yeah. But this is pretty similar looking to what Spilf actually ran.
Except 6 homeowner.
Yeah, and no Mockman, but instead I think he uses the MFF. Okay. I actually jokingly predicted that X is going to lose to GT and everybody's going to ask why, and then Kali is going to save the group for OP.
It was close then.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was not a good fight that he had here. I think it was like, that looks pretty solid. That looks pretty solid. I take it back. Solid win by Ace here, and we can watch the fight against Kali. Kali doing very well in PvP, I have to say. Like every single season, I'm surprised by his performance. He's doing super well, even against very strong opponents. Like, all joking aside, Ace and Sorb have a very strong account and do well in general.
So who are the real strong accounts that Kali's beaten?
Like a real strong. I mean, I think like last time I was surprised over the performance with Kali, but I think you won't even find him. You won't even find
But
him.
McCarthy has had some good wins. He beat Chiron the other season, right?
Yeah, I lost to Sharon this season.
No, but didn't Carly beat Chiron at some point?
I think so, yeah. I think so. And I mean, like, you can't, as a Sorpus account is insane.
I mean, copy-wise, yes, but...
A plus Cruise.
Yeah.
Oh, and
I mean, they have a lot of weird copies. If you look through his list, like, the copies are just silly.
We can do that, wait. Yeah. It's like everything.
I mean, you have, like, expected copies, and then you have random copies that they like to collect.
He's still a huge fan of that A plus Drake. I tried to tell him that it's not the optimal tenant for his LFA. And he didn't want to hear that. He said like it's an A plus Drake and it's the best, but or it's like a still decent tenant. I mean, there's an S tier attack Drake. I thought it was quite a huge investment into a Drake, but it's alright.
It's quite funny. He's actually using a double Vogan with his main team. Huh?
Yeah, and both A minus Rogues at T3. It's quite interesting.
But is it fast enough? Can we see the fight again with when they first come in?
The what?
The double Vogan line when it first comes in.
We can check that out. We didn't watch the fight yet.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we can check it out. I was just checking the list. I mean, he has like A Sherlock, A plus Cruz, the A minus Gurky, and then he bought this A Andrea because he liked it so much. Okay, I have an A minus Ignis too. And I think he didn't put all of his A.
Okay, I think he's got some other stuff.
Yeah, he hides some stuff. He has some like insane copies.
Some secret stuff.
Some secret A tiers. So
that's it. So he lost in round 5 directly. That's interesting.
Yeah, round 5, and then we see the main team.
So it will be interesting if it's Snowheart to see if the Rogans actually caught Snowheart debuffs or not, or whether they're just too slow. Yeah, they've got no Snowheart debuffs. They're too slow. So even T3 in them, they've done nothing. It was a waste of resources, basically.
Yeah, I think. I mean,
like he's their A tier. He's T3'd them, but they're still not fast enough to get a Snowheart debuff.
I mean,
which is the point of making them fast. What's that, sorry?
He didn't have a bad start here. That could have gone.
Yeah, but the team is just too slow because if you're investing resources into your Rogans, it's because you need to make them at least comparable enough in speed that they can take Snowheart debuffs, and they just couldn't do it.
Yeah, they were just slow. And the other thing is, I think that was the main point that also lost him the fight. It was, of course, that he didn't get the speed advantage over Kali. Not in the sense that he needed it, and he didn't get the CC with Starwing Jara, and then it ended up being a longer game, and in the longer game he has 2 squishy heroes on the team that just die and don't provide anything past turn 1 anymore.
Then you pull versus 6.
Yeah, I think that would have been a better way to invest his resources. I mean, he certainly has the homes, he certainly has the copies, so I think like if he invested like in, I don't know, like in DTV or something like that, put that on the team, that would have been much more insane. He got bad RNG. That I have to say, he got bad RNG. He got bad chases on the Mockman. He got bad CC on the Starwing Jara, and I think he could have won with a little bit of luck, but just didn't happen. Yeah. Does Aranea still get speed with X levels, or did they fix that? They fixed that. But in the end, solid win by Kali, and I congratulate Kali on the win here, and am pretty happy that he got another IDA championship and could secure the group here. We are now at Group 6. I don't like Group 6. We saw a fight from Group 6 already.
What happened in Group 6?
I lost.
Yeah, we need a violin emote.
That's always bad when I lose. It's
a very small violin emote.
We won't watch the fight because I watched it and it ends in turn 17.
Oh, then we have to watch it. Because actually, if you put it on, I can go toilet while you're watching it, which would be awesome.
Okay, then we will watch it. Then we will watch
I'll be back in a second.
Then I will force all of you guys to watch it, and maybe we can answer some questions in chat or something in the meantime. Okay, me losing to Sharon. It's bloody boring. So ask your questions in chat, and I'm going to answer it for a little bit. It's a little bit hard to do that while you are talking and have a guest on stream. So. Did Jesus Oratorius buy the Escort key? I think Jesus did. I'm not quite sure though. Does it require anything special, Bunny and the Raider? No idea what you guys are talking about. Chat, does anybody know if you can make Mockman work with only 4 trends? Yeah, you can. You need mainly the sublimations on the Mockman. That is the most important part for it. And sublimations, I mean, for active skill and passive too. Active skill basically gives you 50% damage increase. No, it was 3 times damage? It was a lot from active skill because you get more chases. And the passive 3 gives you another target, so you get 3 instead of 2 enemies with the chases. And that gives you the 50% damage increase, so that's quite nice. You should definitely get that. And he's only really worth it as a full carry once you have proper sublimations. Some people use him with the active skill sublimations only. That can work to an extent, but obviously if you can kill 3 heroes on turn 1, that's way more insane. You try next time, mate? Yeah, I guess so. There isn't really another choice for me. Have to go on with that. Would PDE be a good early trance to run with Jara and Aspen in the CC meme team? She's more of a support hero, really. I think there are better heroes to go for at that point. I mean, depending on who your main homeowner is and who you focus on, can be good to get some tenets for that. I'm not quite the person you should ask for early game routes. They change every time, and if you care about that, I can wholeheartedly recommend to you to go watch an MK stream. He's all over early game and can answer all the questions that you might have. I did some whale early game routes though. That was quite interesting. Together with a fellow community member, I think some of you guys know him. Guy's called Jet, and it's like super insane guy. He always tries to help early game players, makes early game and mid game guides together with other people from the community, and has a pretty nice Discord. The Immortal Discord is called, and pretty good actually. And he actually made a guide with Mockman and how you could use Mockman in early game and what's the route for that, and that's quite insane as well. And I think I wanted to talk about that at some point. I have to ask him about it. That would be quite cool if we could make a video about that happen. Because I read it and it's quite a good guide, actually. In general, I mean, like, best to try and start is Aspen and Mockman. I mean, that's the route we took on Amazon. And Mockman is certainly strong. Yeah, Mockman can clear a lot of content, and later on, if you go for Void Campaign, something like that, and Void Campaign, he is insane. When should we spend our Spring Festival back? What is the Spring Festival back? Not quite sure. I have to look into the guild how they called it, into the event. We're not going to do that now, sadly. Do these Shadow Lurks from New Year trans stack with the MFF ones? I would think so. We have to try that. I mean, I didn't build a new Transcendence hero yet, and looking at the amount of time we already spent on that stream, I'm probably not going to do it on this stream. But I would guess it does, because like the dodge thing from MFF, that is a debuff for the enemy. So that is like...
That's what a long fight. Crazy.
It's just finished on my screen. For the stream, it's still going on. They are just on turn 15.
Crazy.
Yeah, and bloody boring, and in the end my SFX died to SDE. Some quite insane damage numbers here, if you look at it. And we talked about it, MFF. Like with the 2 trillion.
Not bad.
Yeah. I like the damage numbers. He had to deal like 14 trillion damage to kill my team. So, I guess it's not that bad. But I did get horrible CC, and was some stuff in there. I could have gotten better RNG, but, well, I mean... Sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. Turn 17, and interesting thing in this fight was it really went down to the second teams, because afterwards his Ferric Investor and his MFF survived. And then my secondary team afterwards cleared them at like a little Star Alchemist Holmes team here. And then his team won. He just had more heroes after all. He had another team afterwards, and I did not really have any more. I don't have. We have a lot of Transcendence heroes, so that's a little bit of a problem. But yeah, so that's.
I mean, normally it shouldn't go down to second heroes, but occasionally it does. It's a tiebreak.
Yeah, this is like the team that won, basically. which is a little bit stupid. But I think he had other stuff behind that. Yeah, that was this team and then he still had something going. I mean, this team is still there. That is like with DT.
I mean, T5 Aspen just sitting there for no reason. I like that.
Yeah, and he has a T4 8 Rogue, which makes him better than Ace.
I guess he's changed his. But why would he even have a T4 Rogan? Actually, he's always been using pandas.
I mean, like looking at the T4 Rogue and the T4 Flora, probably Ferric Vesa tenants.
Ah, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah,
for
SE,
yeah, for SE. He could use a Ferric Vesa or Vesa.
Yeah, most people are using Vesa now, but
I mean, Rogue is easier to implement. A lot of people had Rogue when they released the tenant system, so I think.
And obviously, if you have an A tier as well, you're not really going to switch.
And I think a lot of people are not really aware that regular Vesa is now the better tenant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like a minor as well, because Priest is only slightly better than Assassin.
Yeah, it's not a whole lot, but I mean, like, the Sorb is right in that sense. I think, it was Ace. Ace said regarding the Drake thing that he would rather have a hero that he could use for something else than have a useless hero. So I think, like, Vesa is useless in that sense. I mean, you can still implement Rogue into like a second team or something. So, yeah, that's an advantage. And then my good old guild friend PNW Collect. Nice guy, by the way. Pretty nice net. With the Star Alchemist Holmes team, and sadly lost to Sharon, which is the main fight of this group, so I think we are going to watch that. Didn't take 17 turns. That much I can say. You missed the best fight. 17 turns of pure joy.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah. I mean, like, maybe Loli can use it to see if Divine Block works, because, my SFX tanked basically for 10 turns, so, I mean, that's not bad.
I mean, SFX is probably the worst hero to test if, like, anything's working in the game.
Yeah, she dodges 2 times before you can test anything, which is a little bit horrible. Yeah. But I have a Divine Block Holy Armor Ignis as well, so...
Oh, that's more useful.
Yeah, but that's even worse to test, because now you have 2 modifiers that you don't know how they work.
Yeah, but I mean, considering they both are theoretically broken, then seeing that something works, that would be useful.
This is true. Yeah, Loli tested it, and I think that was the reason many people said Divine Block doesn't work. Loli tested it, and he tested if it works against stuff Block doesn't work against, like healing curses, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it turns out, no. No, not at all. Against nothing, basically. But the last thing that is still open to test is if it works like an additional regular block. And
like a double block?
Double block, yeah.
No.
And that is something I still wanted to test.
That'd be weird, because it's completely not what it says it is, right?
But it would be cool.
Yeah, it would be cool.
It would be actually very insane stat if it works like that.
I think we would have noticed if it was that strong.
I'm not quite sure. I mean, like, I certainly didn't have a lot of copies like that. I had
but you would notice your Define Block heroes are just surviving like crazy, and you haven't really heard that from anyone.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like, my SFX certainly did, but she did, like, no damage because I ran a weird skill set on her. I ran, like, DR Block Crit as imprint.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I thought, like, okay, let's just make a tanky. And that ended up being
rather
boring in the end. Yeah, surviving worked very, very well.
Yeah.
Surviving worked insanely well, but like the killing aspect, not so much.
Yeah, can't have everything.
Still working on that part. Maybe next time. It's funny though that he had that he really invested enough resources in a Panda team to make that still survive.
That's crazy. I mean, he loves pandas. Pandas are the lifeblood of Virtual.
I don't know why he did it, but I respect it. It's quite cool.
I mean, look at those blocks. They're crazy, right?
Yeah, those blocks are crazy. And I mean, like, it's...
I mean, they're making, like, DTV look like he did nothing. That's pretty impressive.
I mean, it's kind of never-ending, really. It's not like Star Alchemist Stormscore where there is a turn it ends. I think the only thing really stopping those pandas is that they are rather limited in their skill set, unlike Transcendence Heroes where it can change a lot. Ooh. Yeah, that Sun Devourer EOS hits like a truck. Though I'm not quite sure why he uses GPF on her. But you can. I wonder if that team...
choice, isn't it?
if that team could be better with DTV instead of Sun Devourer EOS.
I mean, Thunderbird EOS scales so well with the Panda debuffs.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
that's right. It's like all the damage over time and all of her hit damage and big AoEs and everything. So that's rather nice, yeah. It's like all his damage. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah, I mean, a good EOS built well will do a huge amount of damage.
Yeah, I never really built one. I had one for a brief amount of time when I cleared SO30 Lite on a stream.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't test it.
EOS is often the forgotten hero.
I have a decent copy though.
Yeah.
Like I've wait, let me show you. Where is it? I bought like an A-. It was like a bugged A-, one of those. A 6k attack and precision giant killer defier.
Yeah, it's decent.
But like horrible.
Giant killer and defier together very useful in PvP. But yes.
A little bit of precision doesn't hurt as well. So it
I mean,
worked in.
You're not going to say no. You're not going to kick out of bed, right?
Definitely not. So I would keep that. So that's pretty nice as well. Oh, Bunny, you already asked. I would have asked Jet. The friend of mine, Jet, actually made a guide for Mockman as first Transcendence hero, and he basically brought like everyone together from the community that has an idea about the game, and they all put a lot of effort into and built a team, made a guide. Oh, Celestials is here as well. Hi, Celestials. Nice that you're here, mate. Immortal Valor, exactly. You beat Ragnaru. That guy can never have an easy IDA. I don't know why. Poor Ragnaru. He only set T5 heroes. This is weird. But also has an SFX, so I have to respect that. What do we have here? Interesting that those teams are a little bit more meta now, like with DTV, and we see a Star Alchemist Holmes, though he uses Star Alchemist Holmes, but he doesn't use the Star Alchemist Holmes core. That is something.
Yeah, that's unusual, right?
Yeah, that is something you really see rarely.
Yeah.
I mean, like...
I mean, I think it's... what's the main reason for that? No, it's not even that it's the highest tier heroes in the first row, which is something that Wraec would do for...
I can tell you the reason. The reason is he has a Star Alchemist Holmes core at Noble, and one is the highest core liberation.
Yeah. Okay,
because that... I mean, like, does he have a DTV core? That is something I ask myself.
But for one level on the Noble, on the core, versus, like, actually having some synchronization in your team, like...
I don't know if that's the reason. I mean, he's not in chat.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit hard to find out. We can.
No, but it probably is the reason if he does have a Noble Holmes core.
I will ask him later. I want to know that if he has.
Because with Lolly doing PvE on the account, I wouldn't be surprised when the Holmes core is Noble.
Yeah, I have one too for the same reason, just to have like insane stats for PvE. But I don't think it makes much sense in that team. Even though he is still rather nice, like Perceptual Disorder on the 2 highest attack. Sign me up for that. That's nice. But I don't know what I'd rather put in there. Maybe even like an LFA.
Yeah, but as well, you can't be super slow on the.
Nah.
On the, I mean, it'll just get drained.
What does this Jesus here guy do? Man. Your team doesn't even look that different. That's the same team, but exactly the change I said. That's like Star Alchemist Holmes replaced with LFA.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just more CC, right? Stacking CC.
Yeah. That was what I said. But I think I saw you. If that's the team I saw, then it's not about CC. Then it's not about CC. Let's watch that. Jesus team revealed with Jesus at hand here. Nah, it's Burst. That's Burst.
I haven't even seen the fight. But it's Burst and CC. It depends if it survives long enough. Yeah. So that time, obviously, Starwing Java got CC'd directly, so you don't really see the CC.
Use like the DTV to clean up. But honestly, Ragnaru, props to you. You did better than me. You did better than me. I have to say that.
CC'd my Starwing Java. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. And he did do damage. That's nice. That's more than I do. So that's like... yeah, pretty solid win by this Jesus here, fella. Not much to say, I would think. So, like, you did well. But I think that was, like, to be expected It's not much surprise.
How many max homes? 5 and quite a bit. I don't know. I don't have it split properly, so I can't tell you exactly. But 5, working my way to 6.
I have basically 4. See, that is a huge way. That is what I was talking about. Nearly 6 homes. Bloody hell. It's insane. Okay, let's watch.
And once you get to 6 homes, you can chill for a while, I think.
I noticed that I didn't need any more CI because I don't have the Stellar to do anything decent really with my tenants. But then again, you get speed.
Yeah, exactly. Speed matters. Yeah.
But when I use the heroes as tenants to get some attack, I can't use them as homeowners. So that was the next problem with that.
Yeah, no, Stellar becomes a pain at some point. Yeah,
already is.
And then you start to try to T5 or T2 or T3 them, and you realize you have to B4 them first, and your Stellar disappears like that.
I had this problem. Yeah, I wanted to make a big SFX as I had an SS tier, but like I made like an Inosuke with T5 and make like a Fiona with T5, and I bought nice tenants for them, and I think you saw the tenants like 6 point something attack stuff, Inosuke. And after I had them at T5, I noticed that I had 0 flexibility on my account because I only had 1 before that I could actually reset. And that was horrible. That was horrible. And now I'm starting to upgrade some V4 heroes just so I have some stuff I can reset.
Yeah, you don't even notice how bad it is until you have to clear some PvE content or something like that, and then it's
and that you really
the whole account being locked is awful if that happens. Yeah,
exactly, and you really have to sometimes just upgrade a hero to V4 just to keep the flexibility.
Yeah, exactly.
Did Rose leave OP? Yeah, he did. He did.
Did who leave OP?
What? Rose?
Oh, Rose, Rose
left OP. He fought Gore here. That is the reason they ask, and he has the Viet sign in front of that. So
Vietnam Guild.
Gore.
No shame.
He did the die.
No shame. No A heroes. He steadfastly refuses to ever get an A hero.
C plus Rome.
And he wins IDA more often than not.
I mean, I don't want to say PvP isn't about hero copies, because that's certainly wrong. I mean, like, if you build the same team that he has and you use 80 heroes, you win the fight.
Yeah.
But you can... I think people underestimate how much you can do with B tier copies or like non-A tier copies.
But as well, I mean, Gore has like very advanced homes, right?
Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah.
I mean, like his ratio of how good his homes are compared to his copies, like, I mean... Nobody has that kind of ratio. Like, if they have homes like Gore's, they also have A copies. Like, he has the best homes of anyone without A copies.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird in that sense. And Ziggy is in chat as well. Hi, mate. And then, that's Jesus. That's Jesus. So, okay, we have that. I mean, like, pretty basic team. We talked about that. We don't have to really say a lot. And then we have, Rose built, and Rose has... looks like a Ragnarus team, but with a Rome. Okay, we have Sun Devourer Eos in here. That's something I didn't have. A quite interesting team again with the Star Alchemist homes, using a Starwing Jara core on a Gnome homeowner Starwing Jara.
That's interesting.
Okay, I think we are just going to watch the fight because I don't know what to say. There we have it. Okay, and likely, I mean, like, why does Gore win? Probably because he has a speed advantage and CCs him with Starwing Jara. Not even that. Okay, the Rogues both slower again, but they were just E5, I think. Not any tree level. I wonder if that even would have made any difference. One of them dying here, and now... Oh... Starwing Jara active when they have the sublimations are so scary.
Oh yeah.
It's like...
That's a lot of damage hidden within the third passive.
Yeah, the third passive really is it. Like the passive, when you CC the enemy, you deal extra damage. And when you get this full CC on 6 enemies, it's just murdering them. And now
you adding it up, you have a look at the stacks, it's crazy.
Yeah, and you then, additionally on top of that, on top of all those hits that cut through unbending wool like hot knife through butter, you also have the damage over time now from the sublimations, which is like another layer of damage on top of that. And that often leads to the kills at the end of the turn, I noticed. So that's quite nice.
Yeah.
And you can see the damage that he just dealt with the B- Starring Jar. So as Jesus said, he has huge homes, but the team, I mean, like you can copy a team like this easily. Even though it may be a little bit slower, it may be a little bit weaker, but a strong Starving Jara is just insane in PvP. So, congratulations to Gore for this another win. I think he has quite a few already, right?
He does indeed.
He does indeed, yeah. He won a lot, I think. I know Frostmourne
I can actually look it up if you want.
Oh, you know it? I know.
I do have it, but I don't think I updated it for a couple of IDAs, so it might be a couple behind.
It doesn't matter. It's like general ballpark is good enough. I know Frostmourne was actually hoping of winning this with the Icarus account.
Ah, really?
Yeah. He said that in the guild Discord that he was hoping to win, and that this was like final achievement he wanted to get on the account. It's interesting. He built pretty similar team, just with Mockman instead of the LFA that
cool.
Gore used. Probably still a little bit slower, or got worse CC.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about the speed.
And there are a new member, Mart, actually winning here. That is nice. I mean, it pays off, apparently, to join Omega Project. Instant win. Pretty good. Wasn't there the last seasons, now joined OP, instantly won. Must be the reason for it. So what did we... Bloody hell, that's a huge team. Look at that. A plus Vulcan. I think he summoned that one himself.
He did.
I mean, like, that's a lot of story in one copy. That's insane. That's really insane. Okay. Pretty much... Okay. I just want to say pretty much the usual Star Alchemist Holmes team. And then I stumbled across the Starwing Jara here.
Yeah, it's a little bit unusual.
Which is very much unusual, I would say. I mean, what would that usually be? What does Daiko use for that?
What, carry?
Arania.
Ah, yeah.
He uses Arania. Yeah. Interesting. We will see how that works out. Apparently it works out good enough because he won. And there we have like a Burst Starwing Jara team with DTV. Interesting. We will watch the fight. And then we will see how that works out. Okay. Let's see. Biggest whale on your guild. Biggest whale on our guild is either Jesus or Arto. I'm not quite sure. Probably you, right? I mean, Arto has bigger copies, I think.
Yeah, Arto's got bigger copies and I've got bigger CI.
Holy hell, that was a slaughterhouse.
Although now my and Arto teams are very different, so it's going to be interesting playing them against each other.
Arto certainly has the most amount of SSS heroes in the game.
Yeah, after today, for sure.
After today, for sure. Spoilers.
There's a new SSS on the market, right? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, like, he still had that. Yes. Does he still have that SSS Panda?
No, it was SS Panda. No, but he doesn't have that anymore.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty hard to decide to win a gala and leave your SS Panda alone.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. But yeah, insane win by Mart. Just 0 damage from the enemy.
That's crazy. So having to see that in the IDA final, that's pretty cool.
In the IDA final, that's insane.
Yeah.
Okay, congrats to Mart. First win while joining OP, so that's perfect. And the last one we have a Taurus. I didn't see him before. I heard he made Holy Homer look like a noob. That was what somebody wrote. But I think it makes most people look like a noob. So
yeah, I mean, if people don't get a turn, then it's pretty hard.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's running a very strong EOS. We talked about it earlier, right? So.
Oh yeah, we talked about EOS. Star Alchemist Holmes team here, and then we have Artorias with all the SS in the world that we can think of. And a huge Burst team, I think that is. Yeah, that is Burst. So let's see. I think that's going to be nasty. Are we going to see a turn 2? That is a question, actually. Can't wait for the next episode with Archo as special guest.
With this team, there's no turn 2. Come on. That can't be.
If there's a turn 2, I would be very surprised.
Oh, no, there might be.
Oh, perceptual disorder.
Perceptual disorder on the EOS.
Yeah, very useful EOS. We talked about it.
Yeah, you can't do it without the EOS.
Artorias versus Jesus. By the way, that would be a super easy video for you. If you want to make a video, you just fight
Artorias
one time.
Something I'm planning. I might do next week, actually, because we have such different teams now.
Yeah, this is a super easy video. You can just comment on that, do like 2-3 fights, make it over 8 minutes, and then send it. Done.
Make it over 8 minutes. I love that.
Or some extra money. Better than MK. MK tells you do it like a 30-minute video because that gets you more view time, which is true as well. More view time means more ads.
Yeah, but I mean, people have to be interested in watching it for that long.
People are interested in watching it. By the way,
if you get to 5 minutes and you see there's 8 minutes left in the video and you're already bored, you'll just watch something else. Right?
I think people want to watch your team fight for at least half an hour, I guess.
Half an hour? It's the same fight? I mean, it might be interesting to do it in when Star Arena is open, so I can fight against Artorias, but also fight against some of the Star Arena teams for comparison.
I mean, you can do a lot of PvP stuff. You can just do TOC and slaughter your way up there and kill the strongest TOC teams. Kill Daiko on the way while you are at it. Just do it.
Daiko always enjoys that.
Daiko always enjoys it.
He always enjoys a good TOC fight.
See? Federico's writing is stronger, Jesus or Artorias. Well, you will have to watch the video to find out, mate.
Yeah,
you will have to watch the video. It's no question. All the 30 minutes that Jesus is going to do. Easy thing. By the way, I have to say, Supergod did a great job against Artorias. Because we reached turn 3.
That's impressive.
That's really impressive. And
I mean, Supergod has a decent Holmes team, to be honest. It's not
bad. It was a decent Holmes team, but reaching turn 3 against Artorias, not that easy.
Yeah.
So well done, but you had the unlucky accident of having Artorias in your team. So sadly, no chance. And those are the winners actually for this IDA final. And I think well-deserved victories here. Bit of RNG, some interesting teams this time. I think it was a bit more diverse than what we saw 2 or 3 seasons ago. I do those videos or streams now for quite some time actually.
It's funny as people get towards 6 CI houses that you're going to see more of these.
Though I'm still
6 trans teams, and people are going to have different picks now.
Yeah,
they're not all going to have the same thing. There's no meter defined in 6 trans yet.
Yeah, but to be honest, when they released CI, I thought it would be different. I thought we were going to see 2-team or 3-team fights by now. With 2 or 3 real main teams. But then they released the tree stuff and that made that obsolete again.
Yeah. And I mean, they never really... I mean, it is faster, the CI mats now, but it's not very much faster than when it started.
No, not really. I mean, considering we still have 2 more islands.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the achievements added half a house, which it's a lot, but it shows you how long it takes to get the rest of the stuff done.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, if you consider a proper house, a house with 4 tenants at T5.
Oh yeah, that's different. Yeah.
How long are we is it going to take for us to actually get? I think it's 12 houses with T5. It's never going to happen because by that point
it's funny actually because if you just do because I'm focusing on the trans copies and the T5 getting T5 in all your trans slots is not as bad. It's just the non-trans slots, locking up that much Stella in non-trans heroes that you never use. Super painful.
Yeah, those two here. The Fiona and the Inosuka. And it started hurting once I have done it.
Yeah.
At that point, it was a little bit of a problem. I mean, all the Transcendence heroes, this never was really an issue. But once I did those two, I started having some problems and had to rebuild some D4s to actually stay flexible.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. If we actually had active PvE to do, it would be hard to maintain those T5s there.
And it really didn't. I mean, it was nice for a screenshot, but progress-wise and from the point of team effectiveness, it really didn't do me any favor.
Yeah.
At that point, I'm by now I have I have an SFX. Okay, she well, not with that setup, but she can get like 16, 17 million attack. That's cool. That's nice. That's a lot of attack. But like for an example, in Force War, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Highest attack gets stunned. She's easily the highest attack. Have fun, stunned SFX.
You have a lot of different builds to do in Force War.
Yeah, so I think the next thing I'm going to do is get like a few more V4s and then focus on either Ferric Investor, because I certainly have to do some more damage in Star Expedition, or on Mockman. But I guess Ferric Investor just so. Because Star Expedition is actually something that exists. Mockman would help me in PvE content that doesn't exist. So yeah, that's the thing. Does Omega Project plan out who will get first place in Starland, or is it every man for themselves? Jesus usually takes it, and I think people assume that Jesus will take it. But we don't plan that. No. But I think maybe Archer will get it next if he wants to. I don't know.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, Arto could have got it. It's not last season because it was super unlucky, but the season before. But there's some. I mean, even on a perfect team, there can be some RNG on very specific fights. But yeah, I mean, you see now. Like I think last season it was 2 people with perfect scores. So as teams get stronger, the weaker teams will stay the same distance, so it will be easier and easier to get perfect scores.
I think people forget about that being place 1 means perfect score, and what perfect score really means. Guys, you have to understand, like, perfect score means you can't start too late into the season. You have to be available at season start and do your first fights. You can't lose a single fight, and not losing a single fight means not overall, not any of those fights. Like, if you lose to the first team of any player, that's done. That was your place 1. Don't have to play for the rest of the season. That is done. So it's an insane amount of pressure, really, I would say, to not lose anything. Though, of course, it is restricted to a few players that can actually do it. Which, like, Jesus can do it, Arthur can do it, some people on iOS can do it, and the rest has to get pretty lucky to get everything as a win. Till 2,500 points, obviously, where afterwards it's, just don't miss it.
But again, it's another one of those game modes where it could finish in half the time.
Yeah, it really takes fun.
I mean, it would actually be nice if they really sat down and saw what was happening and actually adjusted the game mode so that you have like a negative points. So you actually have people competing for the prize and adjusting their teams. And
I just suggested that. I made a video and suggested that in the video, and people hated it. They hated it. They hated it for everything.
They hate it, really? Like they would rather the current system where you you do the same thing for 14 days?
They have a different interest in that game mode than you. You want to have a competitive PvP game mode to go for place 1. They want to have their rewards for reaching 2,500 points. And it means it's more difficult for them if they lose points.
Wait, is it? If they lose points, okay.
Yeah. So they don't want to lose points because it makes it harder for them to reach their rewards. I said, like, okay, there are 1,000 ways to compensate for that. You can make it so that you only lose
you
points
make the point gains higher. Yeah.
If you are above 2,500 points, you can start losing points. That would be a way, or you can just adjust the rewards and make them a little bit lower and balance it out a little bit.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But that was... People overall didn't like that idea.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah. And I think, considering the whales aren't the majority in this kind of game, I think it would be a rather unaccepted idea in the end. So most of them...
Yeah, I mean, it depends how it's implemented, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody really likes to see what looks like, people gaming the system by using weak heroes on a mode like that.
That is just.
It doesn't make it feel like a real game. Do you know? Like,
no, I think it's for me. I would say I did one season to get top 10, and I was happy. I reached top 10, and I got the avatar, and it was cool. But the next time, I didn't want to do it. It's so bloody boring.
Yeah. I mean, as well, they could make it actually interesting if they showed like the last 10 top rank fights so that people can like play playbacks and actually see what's happening up there.
Yeah,
Then that would make it a bit more interesting.
Yeah, maybe maybe let people reach top 100 in some way. That would make it a little bit more interesting, and then let it end in like a tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how
Well,
insane...
you could have a massive knockout tournament. Yeah,
that tournament, actually, I have to say, this game mode has a pretty interesting foundation with the mods and everything, with those imprints and the team building, that you have a team with like 2 heroes or something. That is interesting. I would personally be interested in building good teams for this. I'd imagine there was like a Battle of the Best style tournament at the end where you had to fight with teams like this. With 2 hero teams, with 3 hero teams, with and using those imprints that are in the game mode. I think that would actually be interesting. But yeah, doesn't exist at the moment.
Not yet.
Maybe in the future, we will see.
I mean, there's so many potentials for expansion that would actually be fun, but
yes, expansion. Yeah.
Yeah, but the current idea seems to be patching in game modes from other failed games. See if that works.
Yeah, see if that works. Oh, nobody cares. Oh, stupid.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the actual things that make people happy, I mean, like automatic raising of CI levels to directly what you want, and just to make the game easier to play. And I mean, you can implement CCL globally. There's no problem. Like, these are really simple things that make people happy.
Yes, CCL, for example. Like, that's
you could have a global CCL.
Problem.
Why not? Yeah.
And I think they haven't quite gotten to the point where they see, okay, the community wants it, we do it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like there is still something between that blocks them, and I don't know why. It's still.
And in fact, like the way they've built the game now to make your 6-man team so important, and so varied in so many different ways of building it. In fact, CCL would be even more viable than it's ever been before because of that.
Well, if they make the only question to answer would be if they make it server bound again.
No, but it can't be server bound because it's so disproportionate in that case.
If they make it server bound, it's pretty doable for me, let's say.
Oh, to win it, yes. Yeah. But then, obviously, if you make it all inclusive, then you raise the rewards. I mean, the rewards are very out of date, and make it so that it's actually worth it for people to like get top 100 and participate.
Yeah, then it would be pretty doable for you.
CCL, CCL would be pretty doable. Yeah,
you could easily win that.
You could have the other thing that we're missing is live cross-server action, cross-platform action. But obviously that requires some technology.
Yeah, they do some weird stuff with the cross-platform stuff.
But they have to do anything that's not live, right? It's very hard to make a live version.
Yeah, but I mean, the server stuff is in general is a little bit weird. They have like those server realms, that server networks, I would say. When we are like on the network with Android and iOS, and then there is the Amazon stuff, and Amazon is like on a network with Huawei and I think something else. I don't know. They are not described in the way they are on Android. It's like Trade Region 44 or something. Some weird stuff.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I think they have something like that in China as well. So there are other server regions as well. I mean, there would be something. It would be interesting as well to see something like, Amazon Android would be a little bit weird. It's like they can't compete, sadly. But maybe one day Amazon will get merged into Android. Still waiting for the day. But that's something else. DT writes, cross-platform voice war chat. Yeah, that would be very nice. I mean, like, a chat is very well. For example, DT, you could have a chat with OP members by just joining OP. That would be very nice, wouldn't it? I'm using the opportunities here that are given to us. RG Chris is watching. Okay. Content-wise, I think we have done like everything now. Or is there something I forgot? No. I'm not going to spend right now to get the B- score, but that is something I will do for the video that I will cut out. The video that I made to, by the way, record my sum is now running for 1 hour 40. That was unintentional. But okay, TT, that's Lamau. I had actually a small rant in between, DT, about you joining Omega Project and that we could annoy Ace with it. It would be quite fun. Yeah, that's not happening. They're not even fixing it. Yeah. I mean, they are adjusting Force War. Even Lowly's in chat. Our hidden Force War Emperor. Commander of Forces. Lowly. I heard you have too much power, mate. I was told you have too much power. But it's alright. It's alright. We just have to make sure that some things happen. I mean, we told them. Loldy. But we are now going to end the stream, I think. Or is there anything I forgot? Jesus, I don't think so, right? Man is gone. Jesus is already gone. Or hiding. But that's alright. I think we had a decent amount of time on stream. Greetings to Lowly as well. And I think we've done the most of the part. Almighty Lowly, exactly. And if you want to rewatch the stream to see some moments before, it will always obviously be on YouTube. Now we are on 3 hours 30, so like one of the longest stream I've ever done, which was considerably easier having a second person on the stream to talk to and not having to think about everything as well. I have to say I'm way more relaxed. I'm way more relaxed having Jesus here and having him to talk about all of this stuff. And I want to thank everybody for being on in the stream, watching us talk about all of the game modes. A lot more than I anticipated, but I certainly enjoyed every moment of it. And not sure you can hear, maybe there's something, but I want to thank Jesus for joining the stream, for spending the time here to make this an entertaining, hopefully entertaining for you guys conversation. And with that, I want to end the stream. Check out Jesus is here. That is something that I have to do. Wait a second. I definitely want to link Jesus is here's channel. It is linked on my channel. That is something I made sure. But wait a second. We're definitely going to link Jesus' channel here in the live chat. There it is. Jesus is here. Main medal of Idle Heroes, like strongest player in the game. Last 2 videos of him, both summoning SS summoning stones. SS summoning stones. You have to think about that. That's insane. That's really insane. So make sure to check out Jesus is here. And I thank you guys for joining, and we will see us in the next one.